edition of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
Welcome to the first men's hockey game of the 2018-2019 season. Tonight, your Oswego State Lakers take on the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. And alongside James Catato, Jake Vanderbrook, I'm Mike Gross, and what an exciting matchup we have here tonight.
Yeah, we really do, and it's going to be very interesting on how this Oswego Lakers team could come out. Last season, 3 games at home. You lose to Postgame, that was a team that was under 500 throughout the season. Then, whiteout game, home against Plattsburgh. Couldn't win there. Defensive struggles there. Offensive struggles, couldn't capitalize on their power plays. But then, when they had the host Fredonia in the playoffs, they could not finish. And it was a very disappointing season to end for the Oswego State Lakers, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, they played Fredonia 3 times that season. They beat them on December 8th, 7-1. They beat them again, but they couldn't close it out in the SUNYAC semifinals.
You know, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's finally hockey season. I'm so excited for it to be back, but, you know, like you said, Mike, they really had trouble closing it out down the stretch, and I think that's due partially to the fact that they converted 20% of their power play opportunities. You know, when you have a man or 2 men up on the opposing side, you really should have no problem at least converting a little more than 20%, if you know what I'm saying. But the offense was the big struggle. But Jake, why don't you get into what was the good part of this Oswego
Oh, the good
team?
part was absolutely the defense. They played phenomenal, lights out. Only 115 penalties compared to their opponents that had averaging 132. They were phenomenal defensively. David Richey was in goal for most of the season. He played 19 games. Man, oh man, only conceded a goal and a half. He was looking really good, and he had one heck of a year, Mike.
Definitely. I got to ask you, how did injuries to the Lakers impact the outcome of their season?
Well, it was just huge. I mean, they started out the season hot as a pistol, you know. At one point, 3rd in the nation in the entire Division III, you know. And then they get to their meat of their schedule, and then Cam Barry goes down. Points leader for the Lakers this past year. And then Aaron Huffnagel, who has been battling injuries ever since he came from the junior Philadelphia Flyers to the Oswego Lakers. You know, the first year that he was with the Lakers, 13 games. The second year, this past season, 20 games out of the 26 that they played. So Huffnagel and Barry, you're really putting a lot of pressure on, even though SUNYAC Player of the Year Mitch Herlihy was on the team last year, skating on the ice and was completely healthy. You can't rely, unless you're Connor McDavid, you can't carry a team offensively like that. And then you're putting a lot of pressure on a guy like Michael Gillespie, who he's a former Division I player. He played at Ohio State, scored a goal in his appearances there, but that's just too much pressure to ask of those guys. They needed a full offensive unit, and those injuries really hurt them.
Yeah, can you go into a little bit more about the offense last year and how we did?
Well, that was the really big issue, you know, and it's only going to get tougher now. And with Mitch Herlihy leaving, like I said, first team SUNYAC all-conference player, and then SUNYAC Player of the Year. You know, he was that guy that when they needed a goal, he scored a goal for them. But don't discount who they have now. You know, this is the first time that we're really seeing the season start, and everybody is healthy. You know, and you see guys that graduated from Oswego saying that they exceeded expectations. They did not expect this offense to be as solid as they really were. And now you're having a completely healthy Aaron Huffnagel coming in. Cameron Barry, who 21 points last season, he had 12 goals, led the team. And then Michael Gillespie, who career high 10 goals last season. Huffnagel 14 assists. So Zizik, again, just all of these guys, I'm really expecting this front line to do a lot of damage this year.
Definitely. In their first 11 games, they were 9-1-1 with 43 goals scored. And at one point, they had a 6-game winning streak, 2 4-game winning streaks, but they just couldn't close it out at the end of the year.
No, they couldn't. And when it was really tough. What really got him was the game before whiteout against Possum. The fact that this was still a game until the 3rd period, they were just relaxing way too much. Power plays, they had so many opportunities. I'm pretty sure they had 3 in the first period, 2 in the second, and they didn't take advantage of them. I was like, come on, what are you doing? But 3rd period, they actually got their act together, but then last minute, Possum had to go on an empty net situation. They were able to capitalize to force overtime, and then what did they do in overtime? They lacked on defense. That was the issue. They weren't able to win, and then that set the tempo in the whiteout, the biggest game of the year against Plattsburgh. They just could not do anything much.
It was the defense. Now, can you go into the defense a little bit about the goaltending? I know they had 93% save percentage last year. How has the goaltending impact the team?
Oh, David Richey, phenomenal. A goal and a half that he has only conceded. Look for these same numbers this year. He is healthy. He will be at his prime, but I wouldn't be surprised tonight. We probably see a little bit of Hansen. Just remember, Mike, this is an exhibition game. Look for both goalies to get some action tonight.
Definitely, anybody can play.
Well, to bounce off of what Jake said, both juniors in the net for Oswego, and Hansen, no scrub. He only let in 2.14 goals per game. So if he's your starter, you're still not mad. And if God forbid David Richey goes out with an injury or something like that, I as a fan am pretty comfortable knowing that Cedric Hansen is more than capable of getting the job done.
Oh yeah, and if I'm Ed Gosick, I'd be in my comfort zone with these two goalies. Man, oh man.
Yeah, Ed Gosick, the coach, he's had an amazing record here at Oswego. He brought in a championship back in 2007. He knows what he's doing, so he's probably going to try and get some of the new freshmen in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Some freshmen that are going to be learning a little bit of what Ed Gosick's team is all about. And with these returners, if they can really click offensively, they can dial it up offensively. They did struggle, like James said earlier before, when it came to the power plays. This team can take advantage when they can. Regular season last year, they were down 4-2 in the regular season against Fredonia. Next thing you know, they scored 4 straight goals in the third period.
And they win the game.
These guys can put up the numbers. They just have to do it, Mike.
All right, yeah. You know what? We're going to go and look at the history of Oswego hockey. And we'll have a puck drop shortly after that.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP, your television.
It started in Romney Fieldhouse in 1964 with Coach George Crow, and he coached 3 regular season championships and 4 SUNYAC championships. But let's take a look at the history from Romney Fieldhouse all the way to Marano Campus Center of Oswego hockey.
I can't think of a more fitting tribute to both Herb and to the rich legacy of 50-plus years of Laker hockey than through this absolutely beautiful interactive display. I mean, it came out terrific.
Oh, it's a huge honor, I think. I mean, just going up there, looking at all the guys who've been here and in our footsteps before here, and you know, kind of just making the steps to get here. Just watching what they had up there was just an honor to be a part of Laker hockey. So many good players been through here, gone on and played, gone on, got good jobs or whatever. But it's just a brotherhood they have. It's obviously seen up there with bringing back with the community and, you know, friends, family, coaches, everyone's just involved, and it's something that you can't just make up. It's just something real special.
I graduated in 1977, and Dick Johnson, and who's a big part of this display, and Herb Hammond. I played for Herbie for the 4 years, and the evolution of this beautiful sport at Oswego State is absolutely incredible. When you look at old Romney to where we are today, and this display has been a long time coming, because it's very important that the tradition lives on. We're just thrilled to see where Oswego State is going to take us this year in regards to hockey.
No, it's been an exciting time for me here at the college as a player, and 13 years as an assistant coach, 16 years as the head coach, so 29 years in the coaching part here at the college, and it's been an honor. Doesn't look like a lot, the 8 NCAA trophies, but there's an awful lot of great memories, hard work, sacrifice by not only the coaches, but all the players that these represent. It's a proud history and tradition here at Oswego, and I'm blessed and honored to try to continue that through the years.
Now, Jake, with 10 SUNYAC championships under their belt and 1 national title back in 2007, do you think this team that we're seeing on the ice right now has a chance to win a national title and a SUNYAC championship?
Oh, absolutely. If this offense could get going like James and we were talking about before, defense is consistent, absolutely. They just have to keep their gas on the pedal on the gas, excuse me. They just got to keep grinding. No defensive collapses. David Richey has to be on their prime. You take care of SUNYACs, that is a few games in the tournament. Play hard for 60 minutes for each of those. This team has the potential to do it, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, James? What do you think?
I genuinely believe that if this offense starts clicking, I mean, they played last year with Herlihy, and now it's really going to be a test to see, because Nazareth is not a team that you can just push to the side. They had a lot of competitive games, so I'm really looking forward to see how this offense clicks, and really, if it does click, I think this team can win about 24 games.
Yeah.
Hot take city, but I think so.
I believe that. And they were outstanding last year, 18-6-2 once again. And,
oh, they were.
You
no
know,
doubt.
They're definitely going to be a very good team. I got to ask you, is it national championship or bust every year, especially this year?
I wouldn't say national championship or bust. It's more of like SUNYAC or whatever, because it's one of those things. Like 2 years ago, when this team were hosting SUNYAC championships, they had all the potential was all on them. They had to take on Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh in that game at whiteout, they had the chance to beat them. They still couldn't do it. So when you're looking at these teams or whatsoever, they have the chance to do it this year, but you got to really take care of your home victories and win some on the road, grind through playoffs. That's how you're going to get through SUNYACs, Mike.
But to go off of that, though, you know, they did lose to the weaker teams. I think that's going to make the difference.
Right.
But when you're beating the teams like the Genesios, the Uticas, you know, stuff like that, they had a great game with Utica in the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica over the Christmas break, and Utica was no team to be messing with. They had 21 wins last year. They won their conference, and they got snubbed going into the NCAA tournament. They finished 10th in the country in the final Division III rankings. Oswego finishing 9th. You know, so like you said, Oswego's got to beat those weaker teams if they really want to have a chance of pushing to get to that NCAA tournament bid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One more question before we wrap up. Do you think nerves play a factor in tonight's game?
I wouldn't say really nerves. I mean, for the first 5 minutes of this game, you got to clear the cobwebs out. And that's what Oswego's going to do. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be in their zone for the most of the period, but they're going to be able to clear cobwebs out. They're going to communicate better offensively, and it's not going to be really a problem because it's just an exhibition game, Mike.
Definitely. When we come back, we are going to look at the players to watch and who on this team can make the difference tonight for the win. We are watching WTOP 10. It's Hockey Night in Oswego.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home Walk Restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 Wonders of the World.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP, your television.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10. We're at players to watch now. James, who are your players to watch from Nazareth?
I think the biggest player to watch for Nazareth is forward David Pawlowski. He had 12 goals for the Soaring Eagles last year, and he's really looking to carry an offensive load that was left by the points leading senior Oliver Jansen, who led the team with 20 last year. So I really think that, I talked about earlier in the show how it's hard for one player to really lead an offense, but when you're looking at a guy like Pawlowski, I mean, he's going to have to do it because they don't have a lot of other people on that offense that can carry the load. So I think it's either Pawlowski or bust for the Soaring Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Connor Davis. Next man up. Didn't really have a lot of games, but now he's going to be starting right wing for this team. 3 goals, 2 assists. Now he's the next man up. Look for him to be a big contributor in the game, as well as Pawlowski. I do agree with you, James, 100%.
Definitely. And what about Oswego? Who do you think is the key player for Oswego?
I think the key player for Oswego, if he were to be playing, it'd be Gillespie, but Gillespie scratched for today's exhibition.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with Aaron Hufnagel. I think that Hufnagel, when healthy, is one of the most crucial aspects and assets offensively for this Lakers side. I mean, 4 goals and 14 assists, 18 total points in just 20 games played. This guy is a stud, an absolute stud, and when on the ice and healthy, he brings the most physical presence to that Lakers offense that really needs that physicality because they play more of a pretty style of hockey, and when they face a more physical team, it's really needed, that physicality. That's why they have those games that they struggle against those Fredonias. So I think that Hufnagel is going to be crucial for them.
You know who also is a stud? You got to go with Josh Zizek.
Yep.
13 games he appeared in, 31 assists, 31 points, 18 assists, 13 goals. Was one of the leading scorers in points and goals, alongside with Mitch Hurley, SUNYAC Player of the Year. This player is a leader. He's going to lead the team in almost every stat this season, no doubt about it. He's going to be another player to watch out tonight if you're Nazareth.
Definitely some dangerous players on this team. But now let's go into some predictions. James, I got to ask you, you think Oswego's coming out on top tonight or Nazareth? I know it is an exhibition, but I got to hear your predictions.
It's tough because last year Nazareth finished 10-13-2, but they played some really close games. They lost to a Utica side and it was a very competitive game. They lost 2-1 in the first showing, and then Utica ended up stomping them out in the second game. And then they lose 4-2 to Geneseo. You know, Geneseo, 5th in the nation at the end of the season.
Right.
And then you got a team like Utica who finished 10th in the nation. I don't think Nazareth is a team that you can just kind of push over. They allowed 2.68 goals a game, and their goalkeeper, Michael Tilford, only had 7 wins on the season. So on paper, when you're looking at this matchup, I think that Oswego should be the team that runs away with it. But should they kind of overlook Nazareth? No, not a chance, because if any team does that to a team like Nazareth, the Soaring Eagles are just going to make you pay for it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to go with Oswego, like you said, James. Look for Zizek to shine. Look for Hansen to be in goal. I bet Ed Gosick is going to want Richey to play a little bit, and we're going to see some action from Hansen. I'm going to say 5-2 is your final here at MCC Arena.
Nice. All right. I think I'm going to agree with you. Oswego, and 4-3. I think it's going to be a little closer than we thought.
Okay.
But definitely Oswego coming out on top tonight. It's exhibition. You know, it's the first game of the season here in Marano, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Absolutely.
So am I.
Yeah,
definitely.
should be a good one.
Let's throw it to the. We're gonna go to break now. It's on WTOP 10 Live, Hockey Night in Oswego.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, no. And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ryan just texted me.
Oh my god, what did he say?
Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill, that's like so last year. It's all about WTOP movies on demand and chill.
You are so right.
Yo, bro, what's wrong?
Yo, bro. My girl left me, bro.
But why?
Because I don't watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Is How Are You Precious okay?
Take out the precious. Way too cheesy.
Okay, yeah.
Just go,
sure.
hey, how are you?
Nope.
How's your day?
Yeah.
Don't be cheesy.
Yeah, I figured.
So, what'd she say?
She's still typing. I'm not sure. She never takes this long.
I wouldn't worry about it. Give it a few minutes.
Okay.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No. This is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Isaac with a nice spin move. He's going for the puck. He's got Spink. Leaves it for Hunting. Hunting will Spink, and he scores! Isaac go. Shot Huntingel. He scores! Aaron Huntingel ties this game at 3.
Monaro gets the front of the net. It comes out in front. Shot scores! Cam Berry!
Hockey Night in Oswego starts now.
And a tribute to country just finished as we take you inside the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena for the first game of the 2018-19 campaign. I'm Patrick Machado. Joining alongside me is Matt Watling. We are proud to be here in the Steve Levy press box to take you for the action throughout these next 60 minutes. Matt, it's been a long off season for Oswego, coming off the 4 straight losses that ended what was a promising campaign. Many of them picked to make the NCAA tournament and possibly even go further in it. What do they have to do today to come out with the W?
Yeah, first off, you got to score early and often if you're the Lakers. You only had 1 goal in your last 3 games of the season, and the team is confident. I'm confident in them. But right now, the team and the fans need to be confident in this team. So get some goals early on. And, of course, the top one, watch Naz's blue line. They have 3 defensemen with 2 power play goals apiece. That's Matt Manzella, Connor Davis, and J.R. Wojciechowski. They are some very talented defensemen, great puck movers, and the Oswego State Lakers need to watch out on those guys.
We'll get to Nazareth Golden Flyers keys to the game in a minute. It is the line of Josh Zizek, winged by Mitch Everson and Derek Brown starting. David Richer is in the net for Oswego. Sean Kuhn in the net for Nazareth. We are underway in the 2018-19 campaign. And the Golden Flyers have the puck. It is Wojciechowski trying to break out the zone. Tyler Curry takes it from inside his own blue line. Devin Campbell will start the rush to center. Dumped in by Mitch Emerson. The puck carries all the way around the boards, being held by Jacob Pollock and kept in at the line by Zizek. Oswego will change.
Yeah, you saw Emerson there early on getting a hit. Want to get the hits, get physical, get the crowd into it. This is one of the best student sections in all of D3, and I want to hear them loud, especially the Lakers do.
Max Novick trying to go in to get the icing call. Linesman says it will not go far enough. As a shot's crossed, he scores! A little bit of a quick play. Anthony Passero over to Tanner Spink, and he gets the first goal just a minute into the game for Oswego.
And is that a fast start or what? But man, Passero has some tremendous hands. You saw it last year in Buffalo State. Just tremendous passer, great vision. You saw him follows it up, and just what a great pass there from Passero. And Oswego celebrating. Spink getting to the net, getting a little gritty, getting into the dirty areas. Tremendous goal by him, and just a great knack for the net by him all around.
Anthony Passero, like you mentioned, transferred over the winter and summer break from Buffalo State. Their top producer on that team, looking to make a difference in Oswego, and does so early, connecting with Spink for the first goal of the game. And here come the Golden Flyers. Justin Miller in on the goal. Molinaro gives chase. The shots easily sticked aside by David Richer, his first save of the game.
Would like to see a little bit better rebound control. They're kind of left to right by the crease.
Shot by Ray Falso, blocked by the stick of Max Novick, and he'll carry it out and pass it up to Josh Nenadal, one of the new additions to the Oswego State Lakers this year, a transfer from Lake Superior State in the Broxville, Ohio native.
Yep, another D1 guy for the Lakers. They've got 3 or 4 of those guys alongside Gillespie, who's not playing tonight.
The Golden Flyers will change, and the puck is held behind the net by Cutter Allen. Long pass misses its mark, and it will go all the way down for an icing. Colton Fletcher giving the linesman grief on that one. He thought he got to the line first.
No, I gotta agree with the ref here. I think Nazareth got beat the icing out there. And when it's so close, the refs would rather stop the play than potentially cause an injury, because those are some of the most dangerous plays in hockey, when both guys' backs are, when both guys are facing the glass.
Yeah, the NHL again. They switched from the original system of touch icing back to hybrid icing a couple of years ago. Some say that's not a step far enough. The NCAA, still continued to use automatic icing before hybrid icing came into play. Puck flipped out of the zone. Christopher Brunn, the Stockholm, Sweden native, sends it up to the zone, out to Zizek. Zizek backhands a pass in that goes all the way to the goaltender, has to be sticked and sent to the side by Sean Kuhn. Big collision outside of the blue line between Charlie Pelnick and number 26, Justin Hess, and the puck is back in the zone. Emerson behind the net looking for a play. And a wraparound try. Puck out in the crease. And Zizek again shoots through a maze of players, and he scores! Josh Zizek off the loose puck shoots it in and finds the far side. 2-0 Lakers.
Again, just a great goal, and you saw it down earlier from the goal, down behind the goal. A great transition where they swapped. The puck carrier dropped it, gave it to another carrier, and just a tremendous goal there. Great movement all around. The puck was moving and flowing, and the hockey IQ to just get the puck on net, especially with that much of a screen, just a spectacular goal.
Josh Zizek obviously continuing the offensive production that he has done last year, led the entire team in points, and gets another one, although it will not go down in the official stats as this is an exhibition game. One of two this year, new to the NCAA, the second exhibition game. How do you think Ed Gosick will use this, as in the meantime, Travis Broman, another new player for Oswego, in over the line, takes a shot, deflected it off a stick, and went up into the netting. But we were mentioning before that happened, 2 exhibition games this season. That leaves more time for Coach Gosick to experiment with his system. How is this going to come into play, not only for Oswego, but for the rest of the SUNYAC conference, a stacked conference as it is?
Yeah, I think it's so important because the Lakers have 9 new faces, 7 freshmen, 2 transfers, and it gives Gosick a much better look at them in real gameplay. Because when you scrimmage in practice, it's not as up-tempo, it's not as physical, you're trying to avoid injury. So these 2 games really give those guys a chance to make a name for themselves.
Zizek unassisted for the second Laker goal. 16:34 to go in the first period. Lakers scoring twice on their only 2 shots of the game. And David Richer comes out from his net to play the puck. Josh Nenadal takes the pass from Joey Molinaro and given away to the Golden Flyers, but given right back as Oswego is backpedaling in their own zone. Here's Tyler Antonocci, the captain of the New Jersey Junior Titans in the NAHL. I'm excited to see this guy, NAHL East Defenseman of the Year, and will add a little bit of a pop, as Devin Campbell will say, to the Oswego blue line.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's one of the best passers and one of the best puck-moving defensemen coming out of this rookie class.
Hufnagel moving in, puts a couple moves, and Sean Kuhn is able to stay with him on that one.
What
nice
a
move.
Spectacular try there. Brilliant toe drag by Hufnagel there. Unable to get it by him.
Here's Fletcher, tried to drop pass to Hufnagel. That one put into the zone by Xander Pryor. And here's Oswego again, as Fletcher, again, we just mentioned, took the shot. Took a little bit of a bump as well, goes high.
Yeah, you go back to Andrew Jr. Here's a goal, actually. Scrum in front. Bounces back out. Great stick there by number 24, Christopher Brunn, jumping into defense and jumping on the play. Yeah, and that's what Coach Gosick wants to see. Get your defense involved, and I think a guy like Tyler Antonucci can really do something like that.
Yeah, it looked like there was a mess in front of the net as come from the mad scramble of the puck being loose in the crease. Zizek able to fire it through a maze of players, and Kuhn wasn't able to track it. And Emerson a shot, and that one sticked aside by Kuhn. Zizek back to the point for Max Novick. Max Novick, the shot went off the chest of Kuhn as it spun around. Allen, Brown, given away to the Golden Flyers. Casey Carabra takes it out of the zone and finds number 26, Justin Hess, unable to find the handle though, and that one swept to the side by David Richer.
That's a good play there by Zizek, using his hand to control the puck. In his own end, it's legal, especially because he got it back on his own stick.
Novick centering for Brown. He's unable to get the handle on that. Allen to save it at the point. Shot by Allen off the pillows of Kuhn. Back in the zone. Golden Flyers control. Ed Mendonson controls. Sean Hallis up to Austin Romanek and played out of his net. Richer coming away from his crease to sweep it to the side, and Oswego will start a breakout. We have a 2-on-2, possibly 3-on-2 if they hurry. Here comes Spink. Spink it on goal, the one-timer, and the puck is wide. Big shot, Christopher Brunn catches the glass. And given away, now here's a breakaway for the Golden Flyers. Romanek, good play by Brunn to get back in time. Romanek played that off the side of the post, and the Lakers control from outside their own end. A little bit of end-to-end action for both teams.
Yeah, and I didn't love that pass by Penley going across the blue line, and there's a couple of Naz Golden Flyers around there.
Molinaro the shot, and the flashy glove save by Kuhn will stop the clock with 13:44 to go in the first period.
What a save there by Kuhn. I mean, he's been getting peppered early and often with not only a lot of scoring opportunities, but really grade A scoring chances for the Lakers, and yet still doing a solid job protecting Riche, not giving too much for Nazareth.
Cameron Berry to take the face-off. One of the big stories for Oswego last year. Wasn't really that big of a producer in his first 2 years in the green and gold, but last year his name was being talked along with the likes of Zizek, and Molinaro tries to put it in and he scores! Molinaro short side, taking it from the corner, and John Kuhn, that's 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game. Is this it for Kuhn?
No, it's exhibition for the Naz too. I think they're trying to get their goals a look. But that's really the first goal that he really wants that back. And you look at it here. Just short side comes in. A brutal angle to score from. Looked like he just got it in the top corner, just along the side of his head, right above the shoulder. And I mean, if you're Kuhn, you want that back so bad. The second goal that the Lakers scored too, screenshot, would like to have it, but this one really is a crucial goal that you really did not want to give up.
Joey Molinaro scoring on that, the Niagara University transfer. Just one of many on this team, including Derek Brown, the one that started this year. He was cut from the Niagara University as a new head coach came in this last year, already looking to make a big impact on the Lakers as the Golden Flyers take it in the neutral zone. Carmine Alberga took the shot on that. Didn't make its way to the net, went off a stick of a Laker. As the Laker attempt to clear almost failed. It went out though, both teams making line changes. Ryan Bunka sends it up, Huffnagel. Huffnagel had to absorb a hit from Antoni, and Antoni will bang it in and find Mitch Culver in the corner. Mitch Culver. Ryan Bunka harassing him. The shot from the point easily sticked aside. That was Cole Moore. And the clearing attempt clears the glass and almost hits a fan. Everybody looks to be okay though.
And again, Oswego Lakers, they just seem like they came ready to play. You know, Nash just seems a step behind them, and I'm not quite sure if that's the talent disparity amongst the teams, given that the Lakers are typically a team that is expected to go to the NCAA tournament where Nash is coming off a sub-500 season. But Nash just doesn't look ready. They don't look like they're ready to play. They're just a gear slower and a little bit out of sync.
And we talked about that hunger factor during the press conference. Ed Gosick mentioned that he put as a delayed penalty, we're going to have our first penalty of the game, and this one is going to go against the Oswego State Lakers. It's going to be Tyler Curry, and he's going to get the gate for slashing. Our first slashing call of the year, a new point of emphasis as the rules committee during the summer met and decided to make the slashing call more in line with that of the NHL. How do you feel about that?
You know, I think it's good. I like the consistency between the two leagues, given that NCAA is supposed to be a prospect pool. Obviously not much of D3, but I do like that they're kind of keeping consistent and protecting the players, of course.
Yeah, all of the rules that were discussed during the summer take place at both the Division I and the Division III level as the Nazareth Golden Flyers now go to work on a power play. Jason Pollock lost the puck, and Josh Nenadal will get the clear on that. Out from his own zone, J.R. Wojciechowski lost the puck, given away. Here comes Molinaro again on a shorthanded try. Back one, hands one, and Max Novick couldn't get the shot off on the rebound try.
And the Lakers can thank the linesman on that one because the puck got caught up right in his feet. Didn't make much of a big effort to get out of the way of that one, but an opportunity for the Lakers nonetheless.
Corby sends it in. Cameron Berry deflects it over to a Laker. Max Novick now takes it, and he'll send it the length of the ice. 59 seconds to go on the penalty. 11 minutes and 16 seconds to go to the game. The period, rather. Lakers lead by a score of 3-0. Here comes Justin Miller in on the right wing. Miller just chips it in and will get his own pass. And Oswego will clear again. It was the stick of Charlie Pelnick that time. Nothing going for the Nazareth power play.
Yeah, I think the Lakers doing a good job getting their sticks in the passing lanes, maintaining good position, and making it quite difficult for the Nazareth to get anything going here.
Miller sends it behind the net for Culver. Culver over to Pryor, who plays it off the boards and will send it back to the point for Falso. Harassed Miller was Pelnick. And a cross-ice try, rink-wide pass, trying to find Brian Miller at the other post. Couldn't get his stick on it, and the puck careens all the way over to the point where it's taken out by Mitch Emerson, sent the length of the ice. Oswego will return to full strength. Oswego's penalty kill looking great as we almost had another penalty call. The stick of Colton Fletcher a little bit aggressive in the early goings. Elfnagel, and now a penalty will be called, and this one will go against the Lakers. Another slashing penalty, no goal.
And it looks like it might be Fletcher. No, I think it might be on the on Nazareth College.
Yeah,
so they must have touched it up before the Lakers got the shot off. And with Fletcher, if you're a freshman on this team, you want to have that tenacity. You want to have that forecheck and that pressure, because this is a pretty good lineup. They only lost 3 players, 3 forwards, I should say. So for Fletcher, he wants to make this roster. He's got to beat out one of those upperclassmen.
Our first look at the Oswego power play on the season. Again, though, it is an exhibition, so a lot of room for experimentation. Barry is out there, and Barry now takes the puck. Sends it to the left wing for Pissarro. Pissarro puts on the brakes and sends it back to the point for Curry. Tanner Spink faked the shot, and then Pissarro again, Curry. Curry loses the handle, but not able to clear was Nazareth. Curry at the point again. Spink putting on some moves. Over to Barry at the face-off circle. Poke checked away by Brad Pizzi, and the puck will go out to center.
And it looks like the Lakers here are really just passing around too much, not trying to get down into the higher danger scoring chances and locations. I'd rather see them try to force it towards the middle a little bit and really just test this.
It's a power play that likes to be cute as Isaac drops the puck off for Huffnagel, and Brown in the slot tried to put off a quick wrister. That one goes wide, and the Nazareth College Flyers will get the clear. Richer plays the puck out of his own end. Max Novick carrying it out. Brown couldn't handle the pass cleanly. Back to Novick. In over the line. Thought about a shot. Unable to get his stick back on the ice as he was dealing with stick checks from a Flyer. The clear goes all the way around the glass and back into the Oswego zone. J.R. Wojciechowski with the clear. Huffnagel in the neutral zone. Lost the puck. Pissarro is there to pick up the pieces, and brought in over the line was Novick. Novick will freeze and wait for his power play to get set up. Tanner Spink down low for Emerson. Centering pass. Zizek unable to put the backhand on, and Max Novick will chase down the loose puck. Spink. Zizek in the slot, back to Spink. Spink centering pass. The shot from Pissarro goes high and wide and hits the protective netting. 7 seconds to go in the Oswego power play. 8:10 in the period. Face off to the left of Sean Kuhn.
Yeah, and this second power play unit for the Lakers doing a much better job of getting shots off. Both units did an excellent job getting into the zone, which is one of the most important parts of a power play. But with Pissarro on that half wall, I'd like to see him get down behind the goal, use his passing prowess to go either into the slot or to the point.
LeBlanc wins the faceoff, came to the Oswego State Lakers from the Kingston Voyagers of the Ontario Junior Hockey League. One of many, including current goaltender David Richer, to be a graduate of the Kingston Voyagers program. Golden Flyers controlling their own end. Romanek send it around, kept in by LeBlanc. LeBlanc putting some stick handling moves to shake his defender off. Colton Fletcher now will recoil behind his own net. Drops the puck off for Antonocci. Antonocci setting up to Bunka. Aaron Huffnagel in over the line. He's got Fletcher behind him in the slot. Sends it to Antonocci, who pinches in from his right defensive spot. Something that we've seen him do a lot with the New Jersey Junior Titans. Oswego loses the puck, and the Golden Flyers will get something set up out of their own end.
Yeah, one thing that was kind of small, on the end of that power play for the Lakers, Antonocci dropped back, left his point, but made sure that guy coming out of the box didn't get in him.
Hess from his knees takes the shot. Background. And there to pick up the pieces is Carmine Algebra. And he will score the first goal for the Golden Flyers. It's 3-1.
And that was just sloppy play by Richer. Really not a great defensive setup by the Lakers, but that's a goal Richer should have saved on that first shot. Just terrible rebound control. And I believe that was actually Casey Kubara, the New South Wales Australia native, getting the goal there for the Nazareth College Golden Flyers.
But
And
how about that play from his knees to get the initial shot off that created that rebound opportunity? Just a good play by the Golden Flyers.
And good job following up with that instead of just skating by that, skating to it and waiting for the puck to come out rather than just flying by.
Hess tried to clear it out of the end, was met by the stick of Devin Campbell, the captain this year, and kept into the zone. Tanner Spink chasing Cody Anthony, who plays it off the glass and all the way down, icing not a factor, and taken by Tyler Curry. Travis Broman out of his own end, deflected in the neutral zone by Spink, trying to find Pissarro, loses the puck, and just Jackson Shanley back the other way, although the Flyers are a step ahead of the play, and offside is called.
Yeah, I think still the Lakers, that's a tough goal to give up, but if I'm Coach Gosick, I'm not looking for mistakes, but you're almost happy that they made an exhibition, one, so it doesn't happen again in regular season, two, it's another driving point to drive home in practice that we need to be stronger and finish all of our plays, play to the whistle, get to the front of both nets to make sure that you clear rebounds or put them away if it's in the offensive side.
Cameron Berry deflected the puck into the zone, being shoved to the boards by Sean Hallis, and the Flyers come away with it. Here is Ray Falso in over the line, onside, flashy glove save, Richer off the quick wrister from the high slot.
Yeah, and Falso is one of the better players in high school. He was actually named 2016-2017 Central New York Player of the Year by Syracuse.com. So he's got a deceptive shot, put up 7 goals last year in his freshman campaign, which is really impressive for a freshman. A lot of freshmen usually don't get much playing time, especially with the Lakers, but with Nazareth College, they needed someone to score goals to them as they don't really score much.
Here's Carter Allen, sent the puck up to Derek Brown. Novick in over the line, takes a quick shot from the face-off circle, was Emerson. That one's patted aside and sent in behind the net. Jacob Powlick sends the puck all the way out of the zone, just looking to clear. And Max Novick from his own end finds Derek Brown in the neutral zone. Puck over to Mitch Emerson, he'll carry it in. Josh Zizek couldn't handle the puck cleanly and will have to settle it down and send it around the boards, trying to find Emerson, who's shoved to the boards by Shanley. Out of his own zone is Pryor. Pryor will chip the puck in. Carter Allen into chase. Carter Allen off the boards, finds Huffnagel at his own blue line. Huffnagel lost the puck in making a move, but Fletcher, moving in on goal, loses the handle, and Oswego will retreat back to their own blue line. Puck off the stick of Fletcher, and taken down hard was number 26, Tommy Horn. Off the Grant Gallo hit, and another penalty will be called against the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, that's a hook bright and clear as day. I don't know what he's complaining about. I mean, he got his stick lodged in Fletcher's midsection underneath his arm, and I don't know, maybe Fletcher helped him a little bit, but he seemed like he got pulled down when they were making a turn together. So get a second look at this power play for the Lakers.
Yep, Grant Gallo for holding. Again, arguing a little bit with the referee. The crowd clearly doesn't agree. Not the fullest crowd for an Oswego State Lakers game. However, half of the students are away on fall break.
Right.
Pretty good crowd regardless for an exhibition game. As the second look for the Oswego State power play is now. Tyler Curry. Anthony Pissarro back to Curry. Curry puts on a shot, went off the stick of Berry and over the net. Josh LeBlanc. Curry on the empty point. Curry fakes the slap shot over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc with the little wrister goes wide of the post. Pissarro over to Curry. Another fake slap shot. Pissarro tried to find LeBlanc over at the face-off circle, passed a little too far ahead of him. Pissarro over to Curry. LeBlanc, slapper, unable to get the full stick on that. Puck takes a friendly deflection over to Cameron Berry, who crosses! Tried to find Pissarro, who was parked at the post, and the puck is held and covered off of the mad scramble. Hess, Sean Kuhn able to control that.
Yeah, really good vision by Kuhn. They're getting over, getting the stop. And you look at Pissarro, we call him a great passer. He's set up in that right circle, which is usually reserved for a guy like an Alexander Ovechkin type who just rips one-timers pretty much every time he gets the puck. But I think he's holding, and that hesitation and getting the pass back over really opens up a lot of lanes, because a lot of these Naz college players are used to going down to block the shot rather than awaiting another pass.
Huffnagel off the faceoff, tried to send a pass to Zizek, cleared clear attempt tried to be blocked by Novik, unable to get a hand on it. He'll retreat. Hufnagel dishes it off for Zizek, absorbs a hit from Pryor. Puck still stuck at the half wall. 4-on-1 scrum for the Lakers, and they come away with it. Mitch Emerson overlooking his options. Brown, Novik. Novik the shot. Went off the stick of Zizek and over the net. Zizek again with a little flip shot. Again wide and high as a Laker loses a glove. Zizek picks up his glove, and Novik dishes it off for Hufnagel. Brown with the slap shot, redirected by Emerson. Nothing happening. Hufnagel. Pass for Brown. Brown controls. Brown to Hufnagel. Another penalty coming up for the Golden Flyers. Richer to the bench, and they will touch up. We'll have about 13 seconds of a 5-on-3 as a Golden Flyer will head to the box for slashing.
And it looked like that might have been, the slash might have been against Zizek of the Lakers, who was a little feisty there after getting his glove knocked off. Did a little stick lift or stick tap against the Nazareth College Golden Flyer, and I think that kind of got number 27, Ian Mendesoon,
going away for
spells Ian E-A-N. A little unusual here, but
so big
Lakers 5-on-3. Only 13 seconds, but if you could get a good look here.
And with the way the Oswego State power play has been performing, there's no reason to believe that they couldn't score on this 5-on-3 as we wait for the timekeepers to get the penalty situation all sorted out.
Yeah, they really seem to do everything possible on the power play but score. A lot of chances, a lot of good puck movement, and if you're Coach Gosek, you want to see one go in, but you got to be happy with what you see when it comes to the movement, the decisiveness of the play, and also getting to the net.
Yeah, the common criticism of the Oswego State power play, and specifically towards the end of the last season, was that they were being a little too cute, a little too fancy, and they are sort of showing those same qualities. However, the one thing that is different is they seem to be successful, at least at getting shots on goal, as Zizek takes the face-off. Few seconds of 5-on-3. Novik the slap shot, almost directed in, but popped up off the deflection of Derek Brown as he moves in on goal. Brown with the wrister, and a stick breaks on the shot. Josh Zizek tried to time the shot in, and back the other way is Mitch Culver, who kicks the shorthanded goal. 3-2 Nazareth. They score.
Yeah, and it seemed like Nazareth somehow managed a 2-on-1. I'm wondering if that's because their first guy coming out of the penalty box there. So get a 2-on-1, which is, you never really see that when you're on a power play, giving up an odd man rush. And as we get the replay here, he's streaking down the sideline, down the ice. And it was a 2-on-1. The other guy came out of the box on the lower part of the screen. And that's just a great shot. Richer probably cheating a little bit to that right side. But that's, again, you saw his reaction. He wanted that back. He really did. Unfortunately, didn't get it. But this is when you want to make those mistakes again, as it's an exhibition.
Yeah, it was a great finish by Culver. Lakers a little bit distracted by the failure of the stick of Josh Zizek, which went careening around the glass and almost hit a player. And the puck is sent all the way down. The Golden Flyers clear.
And the Flyers, what a job battling back. Down 3-0 really early. They've done a good job defending the crease, protecting the goaltender. They've given up some good chances, but it seems like they've been so poised in the second half of this game. The second half of this period, rather.
2:11 to go in the first period. 1:10 to go in the penalty to Ian Mendenson for slashing. Oswego State leads by a score of 3-2. Shots 12 for Oswego and 8 for Nazareth is the unofficial total on the scoreboard as Josh Zizek prepares to take the faceoff against Xander Pryor. Pryor wins the faceoff but not able to control it as Curry takes the puck from a one-touch pass. LeBlanc, Curry tried the slap shot, couldn't get the handle on that, and the puck goes to Anthony Pissarro. Pissarro one-touch passes with Barry. Pissarro looking to find a shooting lane, sends it over to Curry instead, who takes the shot, and that one sails over the net. Pissarro tried to stick it down with a high stick, goes all the way around the glass and into the neutral zone, and we're going to have a penalty, and it looks like from the first indication that will be it for the Oswego State power play as LeBlanc prepares to go away for holding.
Yeah, and I didn't really see much from it. It was down right by the Oswego State end, so I'm sure the ref had a really good view, being that he was, 10, 15 feet away from it. But it looked like he held him, definitely might have pulled him and dragged him down. So that's a good call if you're the ref. So
we will have 45 seconds of 4-on-4, and should nobody score at the end of the period, the Golden Flyers will have about 15 seconds of carryover power play time as the Lakers win the faceoff. Devin Campbell, the captain, chips it in. Josh Zizek with some speed, tries to go short side and almost finds the net. That one went off the shoulder and took a lucky bounce. Sean Coon bailed out on that play. The Golden Flyers tried to center one for Justin Miller. The pass as Anthony, again, another penalty coming up. The penalties just seem to be the story of this game, as this one will go against the Golden Flyers. 2 penalties, 2 arms up. We'll see how this one turns out.
Yeah, and it
might have a messy situation for the timekeepers, that's for sure.
Yeah, it might have been the first one at least, might have been a slash and Rafe also here. And no, they're going to call
a hooking
hook.
call against the Golden Flyers. And
Yeah,
here's
that's
that
on
ending. Are they going to call a trip?
I think they called it a hook there. And I think it's the same, I think they called the same penalty. So 2 hands up for the same call.
So we will have 16 seconds of 4-on-3, a rare power play that we see.
Yeah.
A little bit at the NHL level. I've never seen it on the Division III level. And then we will have 4-on-4 until the end of the period. Oswego will start the second on a power play.
Yeah, and I would like to see Pissarro on this with his passing prowess.
Tanner Spink, the first goal scorer for Oswego, sends it over to Allen. Allen just unable to put the puck on net. Max Novick taking it around, 4-on-4 as the first Golden Flyer steps out of the box. Tanner Spink shoved to the boards by Mendison. Nenadal comes away with it after the scrum. Centers one, the shot! And held in the paraphernalia of Kuhn off of the laser shot by Carter Allen.
Yeah, what a save by Sean Kuhn. And if you look, he does a great job quickly getting to the front of his crease. And when you do that, you cut down the angle tremendously for the shooter. And it makes it a lot harder to score a goal and a lot harder to really get anything going, because you don't see much when a goaltender is that far out of his crease. So excellent job there. Anthony
Pissarro loses the draw, although the puck will go into the net. Kuhn will take a safe play and cover up, and we'll do the face-off again.
Yeah, and just earlier on, you saw Riche try to cover a puck that looked more like a pass from behind the net. I don't know if he needs to get, this is a good warm-up for him. He definitely needs this type of exhibition game. Hasn't looked as sharp as he's looked in his Oswego State Lakers career.
Shot of Antonocci goes off the stick of David Palsuk of the Golden Flyers. And a face-off will go to the right rather, of Sean Kuhn. Pissarro drops it off for Antonocci. Antonocci moving in, and the puck and the stick of Jacob Pollock able to knock it away from Antonocci.
Yeah, when you look at Antonocci, he's such a big guy, but he's so shifty on those skates. He's a great job using his angles and just getting around players. You saw it there, and that's what Oswego State needs.
Pissarro comes away with it in the corner. 5 seconds to go. Antonocci, Pissarro, Broman backhands a shot, goes off the pads of Sean Kuhn, and that will take us to the end of the first period. What did you make of that first period?
You know, I thought it was a solid period all around. Definitely not perfect by any stretch of the means. Oswego, a couple breakdowns defensively, nothing too much. Riche, I would like to see a better game out of him. I believe that they are trying to get each goaltender one period of play. He definitely could have looked sharper, but other than that, I thought they looked very strong.
Coming up after the break, we have our intermission desk ready to take you through the first period highlights and analysis. Plenty of goals, plenty of shots on WTOP 10 Hockey Night in Oswego.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego, and it's 3-2 in the first intermission. And, you know, it's been some great play offensively, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely. The offense is really looking good in this one. 3 goals already in the first period. They scored within the first 10 minutes of the period. They're looking really good. The passing is really crisp. And I know that they haven't scored off the power play, but they're taking so many shots, Mike. This is a way improved team so far, what we've seen compared to last season, Mike.
Definitely. And, I mean, the goaltending today, defense.
Offense, like you said, looked crisp. First 2 shots, 2 goals. So offense, not the issue. Defense, not even the issue. They're clogging the passing lanes. They're doing a good job of shutting Nazareth down. But David Richer, we were talking about how he's the man before the game. He's looking awful. You know, he's looking like a repeat of what it was last year with Cedric Hansen, how in the preseason, Hansen didn't look great. And then David Richer goes into net, and I think that we expect Cedric Hansen in the second period here.
Definitely. I mean, they switched out last year in the preseason, and Richer took over. I believe that, you know, Hansen will make an appearance today, but will he take Richer's job for the season?
Probably not.
Not, but I have a feeling that he could start the second period.
I do
Probably
agree.
the second period.
Yep.
I do agree.
That sounds more legit.
Now, let's break down these goals. You know, the first goal came within 51 seconds of puck drop, and it was
fans
by
were loving it too.
Oh yeah,
loving it.
By number 7 Tanner Spinnick, assisted by number 11 Anthony Pissarro. It was so loud right off the first goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, just taking a look at this, a little wraparound. Basilla's going to work around, find Tanner Spink, and Tanner Spink with that beautiful wrister is able to capitalize for Oswego for the 1-0 lead. Taking another look, see how he just goes around. Spink just makes it so easy. And the goaltender for Nazareth just had no idea where that puck was coming from.
And I got to tell you, for a preseason game, this is pretty electric. You know, the fans are, after Tanner Spink scored that goal, the fans, you're seeing right now, they were absolutely loving it. Spink goes to the glass, and the fans are banging all over the glass. That's the type of energy that we're going to need, and the players are going to need moving forward into the season.
Yeah, and I mean, Josh Zizek with the other goal, and Joseph Molinaro. They both scored already. It's 3 goals now just in the first period. And, you know, a great offensive performance so far from Oswego. But now let's discuss Nazareth. 2 goals already to the Oswego 3. They're staying in this. They're not backing down.
Yeah, and it all started with Casey Gubera. But some precision passing by Justin Hess and then Mitch Culver. Justin Hess, he's going to find a Culver. Then it's a nice rebound by Cabrera as he is able to get that rebound and convert for Nazareth to put them on the board. Big goal there to have them still in this one, Mike.
Yep, and the second goal actually came short-handed. It was Mitch Culver who got the assist on the previous goal, and it was unassisted as well. And Nazareth's doing a great job of staying in this despite how loud this building is and despite the Oswego atmosphere. They're doing a great job of staying in this. It's 2-3.
Now, gentlemen, I don't know if that pass leading to the first goal was intentional, but if it was, that's some some SC top 10 material there.
Okay.
You know, that went right off the pads of Richer, and then they just kind of followed it up, tapped it right in. Good piece of play by Nazareth, but I mean, both the goals, Richer could have done a much better job of deflecting the puck away into a little bit of safer grounds. And then the second goal, like you said, short-handed, and Richer just got flat out beat. You know, it just was not a solid period of play for the David Richey that we know and have grown to love, that has led in 1.5 goals per contest. You know, it's the first period, and he's already went over that average. So this is not the David Richey that we know and love. And we were talking about it a little bit earlier as the game was going on. I think we all expect to see Cedric Hansen.
Yeah, we really did. And we have to go back to that press conference from Ed Gosick when he was deciding on who is going to be starting. You know, he started off with Richey. Now, there might be some second thoughts after this one. We could be seeing Hansen for regular season play, Mike.
Well, with that being said, it's the first game of the preseason.
It is.
And like I said earlier in the game, Nazareth is not a team that you can take lightly.
Right.
You know, because as much as Oswego has been dominating this game, Nazareth made them pay for the 2 mistakes that Oswego has made the entire contest.
Yeah, and you know, now it's 3-2 Oswego, and we're going to take a short break. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego, WTOP 10. We'll be right back.
I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home Walk Restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 Wonders of the World.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP, your television.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10. And, you know, we're in the first intermission. It's 3-2 Oswego. But Nazareth, what can they do better in the second period?
Oh, well, what they can do, they got to get more better with crisp passing. It started off a little rough in the first 10 minutes of regulation in this one. It was a bunch of sloppy passes. Next thing you know, they're turning the puck over in their zone and giving Oswego a bunch of opportunities. That is one of the reasons why Oswego was up 3-0 at one point. But then they were very consistent with the passing. It looked really good. They got to keep continuing that if they want to keep up with this Oswego team.
Yeah, and what about Oswego?
Well, Oswego, their offense looks in midseason form, to say the least. You know, the puck movement is just crisp. Their defense doing a great job of shutting down the passing lanes. The only real problem so far has been David Richey and the goaltending. So, like we've been saying this entire intermission, Cedric Hansen, we're going to see an appearance. But other than that, I'm not really seeing any holes in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, Oswego has just been, you know, they've been good, and they're going to be coming out hopefully as crisp as they did in the first period. And now we're going to toss it to Nick Ketter on the sideline.
The Oswego Lakers couldn't have had a better first period. They to attack the offensive zone, they had the puck in deep. They scored some great goals. They stayed out of the penalty box for the most part against a Nazareth team that struggled last year. And it seems like they are having a little bit of trouble this year to start. So they're going to need to keep doing that going into the second period. and feed off the noise of this awesome Lakers student section that is just giving the Nazareth Golden Flyers a lot of trouble. So keep it clean for the Lakers and continue to play the way you do, even with the possibility of some new players coming in, because it is the preseason. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Yeah, you know what? I think the big factor in the second period is going to be goaltending. Who can be the better goaltender?
Yeah, and we just don't know who's going to be coming out. And if I'm Ed Gosick, I give Hansen some reps. I really would. Richer has been struggling, like you were talking about earlier, James, giving up 2 goals. He got really beat in that second one that was scored by Mitch Culver. So we got to see some Hansen.
All right, yeah. Now, let's look at the period summary here. You know, the Lakers had 23 shots on goal, or 23 shots and 15 attempted shots. They won 6 faceoffs, and you know, Nazareth not too shabby. They had 5 shots, 6 attempted shots, and 19 faceoffs on their end. But Oswego definitely has the edge.
Yeah, 23 shots. Oswego's just really aggressive offensively, like you were talking about earlier, James. Oswego has been attacking. They are at mid-prime right now, like you said.
And, you know, the one thing that kind of sticks out to me is that the 19-6 on the faceoffs, you know, that's the one thing that in the past year hasn't really changed going into this year. You know, you see the 30% conversion rate on the faceoffs that Oswego has actually won. This is unacceptable, you know, especially on something like a power play or when you're trying to kill a penalty or something like that. You really, winning the faceoff is just crucial in either stopping a goal or getting a goal, especially killing the power play or on a power play. So I'm really looking in the second and third period for those power play numbers to get a lot better. I mean, they're down 13 right now in the power plays.
Yeah, definitely. Face-offs, though, I guess haven't really made an impact. Oswego, they've scored 3 goals.
No, not yet, but I'd like
yet.
to see Oswego win some face-offs in their own zone. When Nazareth has power play opportunities, it's very important to win those face-offs in your own zone so that it sets the tone for penalty kills, Mike.
All right, final thought. Do you think that Cedric Hansen will be out and playing in the second period?
Well, yes, and I think that because it's preseason, you're going to see Cedric Hansen in the second period, and then you're going to see the freshman from Liverpool, Steven Kozakowski, go in the third period just because it's preseason, you know? Why not look at all 3 of your goalies? Maybe Kozakowski is going to be the guy.
Yeah.
You never know. He's a freshman.
Definitely.
He could go in and just take the job from both of them. I mean, highly unlikely because they're both juniors, but interesting to see.
Yep, Hansen will
We're going to take a quick break now. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, no. And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ryan just texted me.
Oh my god, what did he say?
Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill, that's like so last year. It's all about WTOP movies on demand and chill.
You are so right.
Yo, bro, what's wrong?
Yo, bro. My girl left me, bro.
But why?
Because I don't watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
You're Oswego on WTOP, your television.
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego on the network of WTOP 10. Patrick Machado standing alongside me is Matt Watling. So, we just saw our first look at Oswego State hockey in the upcoming season. David Richey. We were kind of talking about it over a little bit, the intermission. He didn't really look as good as he did last season.
No, I really didn't think he looked great at all. 4 saves also off of 6 shots. And those 2 goals were not goals that Keith Richey would have given up last year. When he was in his prime, when he was in his groove, when the Lakers were dominating, he was making those saves, and those were some really sloppy goals against. And I think he needs to be much better against Carleton Place, as I believe that they're going to go for the give each goalie a period here, give him a look in the exhibition. But he needs to be much better against Carleton Place, because going into last year, they didn't know who was going to be the starting goalie. Cedric Hansen still had a great season last year, despite being the backup.
Exactly. Last year, Coach Gosick was under the fire of a lot of criticism from media outlets, a lot of student media outlets, about the way he handled the goalie tandem, splitting the time 50-50 between Cedric Hansen and David Richey. Not exactly the best way to manage a goalie. I mean, if you have 2 goalies that are producing at top level, fine. But you need to let one of them get into a groove and take the reins.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what you saw, at least in the second semester, where you saw a guy like Richey step up, take it. And I don't think that Hansen was bad. I think Richey was just that much better, and he really dominated, and that's why he got the starting role.
Now, Anthony Pissarro, we've been talking.
What a stud.
We've been calling his name up. We've been talking his name a lot. There was a lot of chances that he had during that period, near chances, near misses, to get his first goal as an Oswego State Laker, and we're going to take a look at some of those in a second.
Yep.
But what did you see from all these new standout players? Who stands out to you?
I think you saw Pissarro. I think Tyler Antonucci looks great on the back end, and you'll see a play here. And there's Emerson with a shot. Some great chances here for the Lakers. Going in. What a goal there, that first one, of course, by Hufnagel. And again, the scrum in front of the net. Great play by Brum, ripping the shot. Could not find the goal, though.
All right, now we're going to turn our attention towards the second period. We're going to have, at the 10-minute mark, a change in forward lines for the Oswego State Lakers. 3 new lines will enter the game. Again, this is an exhibition. They're looking to get as many players on the ice as possible to see what they have to offer under the friendly confines of the Campus Center Ice Arena. Going into the period, we have 14 seconds of 4-on-4, to which Oswego will have around about 30 seconds on the power play after that. What does Nazareth have to do to get themselves that tying goal?
I think just get pressure in front of Hansen, make it difficult for him to see the puck. Hansen, he's moderately sized, he's 5'10". He's pretty short for a goalie, so get some traffic in front of the net and hope that when he gets down to the butterfly, he can't see the puck.
And of course, we just mentioned the forward lines changing at the 10-minute mark. We also have to turn our attention to the end of the ice. David Richey has left the game, and Cedric Hansen will get his first shot of the 18-19 season.
Yeah, I think this is still I think you're Hansen. Your little competition with Richey, and even with Kozakowski, who looks to be a really solid goaltender for the Lakers, the freshman out of the NA3HL. You want to take the range, you want to pitch a shutout in your period.
And with the pattern going the way that it is, we should expect to see the first action from freshman goalie Steven Kozakowski from the Oswego Stampede, another NA3AHL team. But now back to the action as Oswego is offside, so they'll have to clear the zone as the seconds tick away on the power play, and they will return to even strength.
Yep, and Sean Kuhn's still in net for the Golden Flyers of Nazareth.
Molinaro into the zone. Pissarro is streaking over to his right side. Molinaro with the puck again, sends it to Pissarro. And now a 2-on-2 scrum ensues in the corner that Pissarro comes away with. Tried to backhand one from behind the net, and it almost took a friendly bounce in.
What a nifty play by LeBlanc there.
Nifty play indeed, as if the puck bounced the other way. That could have been LeBlanc's first goal. Probably not how you would have drawn up your first collegiate goal, but of course he would take it. Here is Hufnagel. Hufnagel unable to get to the pass in time. Hit out of the zone by Cole Moore. Justin Miller Sends it aside, back to Moore. Shanley. Anthony trying to escape the zone. Neutral, long stretch pass goes off the stick of Justin Miller, and the puck is now deep in Oswego State territory as Novick will try to clear.
Almost looked like an elbow there.
Fletcher bringing it in, being shoved to the boards, harassed by Romanek. Behind the net is Huffnagel. Huffnagel being hemmed in by 2 Golden Flyers. Huffnagel still holding onto the puck, being shoved by Anthony. Huffnagel plays it off the boards. Able to get in time was Pissarro, and back to the point for Carter Allen. The shot, very low shot, goes off to the stick, and he'll corral it in.
Yeah, when you're firing shots from the point, like a guy like Allen, you want to keep him low and get those deflections in.
Again, Centric Hansen in on net, split the time with David Richey last year. Again, it almost sort of looked like, as we were talking before the period began, that it looked like Oswego was rolling with 2 number 1 goalies as opposed to a leader and then a backup.
Yeah, I think when you have a 1A, 1B, especially with 2 talented guys like Oswego State has, that's something fortunate because you go in confident either way.
Pissarro dancing through the slot finds Christopher Brunn. Brunn controls and sends it to the point for Spink. Brunn again backhands it behind the net for Broman. Back to the point for Pelnick. The deflection by Spink, and that's his 2nd goal of the game. Spink in the slot off the initial shot by Pelnick, and Oswego scores.
And what a goal by Tanner Spink to have the hockey IQ to stand right in the outside slot, in the high slot, getting the deflection. And again, a great shot by Pelnick. You want to keep it low. You'll see it here. He shot pretty high, actually, for the deflection. And the fact that the shot was going on net and not too high would be a high stick was just a tremendous play by the Lakers. Getting pucks on net and deflecting them, even the high slot, is almost harder to save than ones in the low slot.
A beautiful deflection, textbook, as Sean Kuhn had already committed the other way, and it just went into the empty net. And here comes Oswego again on the attack. Cameron Berry went to go get the puck, although it looks like we're going to get a penalty. This one going against Oswego. A little pushing and shoving after the play between Pelnick and Culver. Some more extracurriculars after the play. And actually, it looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Golden Flyers. Mitch Culver, who was involved in that pushing and shoving after the play, is boxed. I couldn't exactly get the call. But nevertheless, Lakers to their 5th, maybe 6th power play of the game.
Take your time.
Huffnagel with the shot, goes through a maze of players, didn't find its way on net. It looked like Grant Gallo got the block. Max Novick with the shot, catches the glass. Aaron Huffnagel over by the half wall to Novick, trades places with Huffnagel. Huffnagel the shot, Josh Zizek tried to deflect it in towards the left post. Couldn't find it, and the Golden Flyers clear at the sheet of the ice.
And again, the Lakers, if I'm the Lakers, you want to get a goal here just to prove that your power play can score, honestly. You know, last year they didn't have the best power play, and this year it hasn't been great either.
And it will be tripping the call. Mitch Culver for tripping, Max Novick in over the line. Plays with the puck a little bit over at the half wall. One touch pass with Huffnagel to the other side of the ice for Brown. And the puck finds the stick of Cody Antonini, who clears at the length of the ice again.
Yeah, Oswego, nothing too crazy or fancy like we were used to seeing, but not getting a lot of shots or grade A chances here.
Golden Flyers just playing keep away, and the puck is deflected into the stands by Huffnagel, and the fan comes up with the catch to receive an ice ovation from the crowd.
What a catch, but I don't love standing and demanding the applause. It's got to come naturally.
Now, speaking of making stops and making catches, let's turn our attention back to the goaltenders, as we were talking about before that goal was scored. Again, new to the NCAA this year, teams are now allowed to carry and have on the bench 3 goaltenders, which is a change from years previous. in addition, not just on the goalie side, but the extra players, teams will now be permitted to carry either an extra forward or an extra defenseman. Going into the season, especially in the conference play, how do you think Gosick is going to use this tactic?
I think it helps you get looks for those younger freshmen. There's 9 of them, we said it before, and it just helps keeping guys fresh. Down towards the stretch of last year, between the lack of depth and the injuries last year, the Lakers could have really used an extra player like that to take the load off of some of those higher, more elite guys.
Back to the power play as in the waning seconds of it, 15 seconds to go. Passero over at the point, sends it across to Curry. Curry gets it back. Passero over by the face-off circle, tries to cross it over for Spink. Curry, the slap shot, and that one doesn't make its way onto the net. It took a deflection out in front. Passero ran out of real estate, and the puck clears the zone. Oswego offside, they'll have to touch up. Berry touches the puck, and the face-off will come just outside the blue line. 14:55 to go in the second period. Shots 17-9 in favor of the Lakers.
Yeah, and I think they obviously had possession. They did a good job, and they seem to do a really good job getting into the zone on the power play. But it's what they do in the offensive zone that really worries me. They have not had a lot of grade A scoring chances on the power play. And when you're one of the premier teams in not only SUNYAC, but potentially all of college, all of D3, you want to score, and you need to score when you have the man advantage.
Yeah, especially with the story of the Oswego State power play towards the end of last season, and it seems to be carrying into this season. There's a lot of nice moves, a lot of nice shots, no finish.
Yeah, I mean, you like to add a guy like Passero who passes so well, but at the same time, you need a guy that can fire the puck, and I think they've got a guy like that in Derek Brown who seems to command the puck and lift his stick, get taps, try to get the puck on his stick to fire their shots.
I mean, and in a conference like the SUNYAC, one of the more competitive conference in all of Division III hockey. It was, again, Oswego and Plattsburgh have always been the major players. In recent years, Geneseo was joining that fray to make it the Big Three. And it'll be interesting to see how Buffalo State does this year, as they were looking to be contending with the major players of the SUNYAC. However, with one of their best players, now an Oswego State Laker in Passero, the future of that program is a little bit questionable.
Yeah, and Passero's just so good. He led the team in points last year for Buffalo State.
By a lot, too.
An assist machine with 21 in 25 games played for the Bengals.
Huffnagel taking the puck himself, skating the entire boards of the ice. Puck comes out to Antonocci, who will control and bring the puck back into his own offensive end so that his forwards can take a line change. And he'll still hold the puck. Players finishing the chains. Antonucci out of his own end sends it up to Bunka. The stick of Pryor prevents the puck from going any further, and it still remains at the Oswego blue line, and here comes Molinaro away with it. Molinaro circling the net. Molinaro takes a poke check from Gallo. Berry to the ground. Berry takes the puck, and hit behind the net was Josh Nenadal. Josh Nenadal puts a puck on net, hits the outside of the post. Molinaro unable to take the rebound and do something with it. Puck pops up into the air of the clash of sticks, and the Golden Flyers come away with it. In over the line is Pizzi. Great poke check by number 6, Tyler Curry, and now Oswego comes back the other way. Cameron Berry drops it off to Campbell. Campbell the shot, and Nenadal unable to spin around with the rebound, and the Golden Flyers will have to send the puck the length of the ice, stop short just of the icing line. Play continues.
He was getting a good chance there, but just could not find the handle. It was Nenadal.
Emerson in over the line. Brown goes behind the net to spin it around. Brown took a little bit of a tumble as he maybe lost an edge, and the Golden Flyers take it out of their own zone. Brad Pizzi takes the pass from Pulowski. However, they are a step ahead of the play, and offside is called.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Carter Allen, poking the puck beyond the blue line to force the Golden Flyers offsides.
Again, we talked about the power play. 0 for 6 for Oswego State. And no one scoring on the power play. Although those numbers are a little bit inflated, as some power plays were cut off due to penalties. Puck pops up into the air and went off the stick of Romzek. Unable to make a chance of that, and Oswego will double team Coons to get the puck out of the zone. Broman now controls and gives it away on an errant pass. Pollock shoots the puck into the penalty box, and it looks like the faceoff will come inside the Golden Flyers zone, just to the right of Coon.
Yeah, one thing I've kind of noticed this game, more than games in last year at least, is there's a lot more deking and dangling from Oswego State. A lot more toe drags and trying to make one-on-one moves instead of just passing it around and dumping the puck into the end to get the puck kind of straying away from the grit and grind style that we're used to seeing with us.
Well, again, it is an exhibition game, so they could just trying to be playing with the puck like they do in practice. But you do mention, although the Oswego average height and weight has not changed much since last year, they did lose one of their bigger players last year, 6'5", over 200 pounds, with the name escapes my mind, I apologize. But you don't see the bigger players that we have in years past, so the game sort of has to evolve for the Lakers.
Yeah, and I think they still do have some of that size. You know, Antonucci, he's a pretty big kid he's 5'10", 200, but he's stocky. You know, 200 pounds, a lot of muscle, very strong on his skates.
Huffnagel split the two defenders and almost tried to get the shot off, poked away at the last second. Good individual effort by Huffnagel. Antonucci battles with the stick check of Corvey, able to lift his stick and able to escape the zone. Bunka clears it, and Huffnagel in on Gallo. Pass across the ice, rolls up on it and catches the glass. They're able to take it in though. Centering past Romzek, and some pushing and shoving after the play, after the save by Cedric Hansen between Colton Fletcher and David Pulowski.
Yeah, Pulowski, a pretty big guy, standing at 6'1", and it looked like the freshman for Oswego State didn't like him going anywhere near his goaltender.
We're just 34 seconds away from the midpoint of the period. Oswego State leads by a score of 4-2, and we're also 34 seconds from taking a look at almost the other half of the Oswego State Lakers team, as they're going to rotate in 3 forward lines.
Yeah, and only one new face in Tyson Kirkby, the freshman. Other guys like Jody Sullivan, Durazio, and Claire, actually. Robert Claire is the other freshman on that new 9 forwards that you see.
They have not come in yet. We will certainly watch the bench to see when they will take it. And the puck is deep in Golden Flyer territory. It's 2-on-2 scrum to won by Molinaro. The centering pass from Berry with the shot. No one, the tough angle on that, the pad of Kuhn was able to smother it.
And that's a great keep by Campbell there, pinching in the zone and keeping the puck in play.
Campbell loses the puck to the Golden Flyers, and it was taken away by Justin Miller and sent into the zone. Both teams will make changes. Tyler Curry taking it out, and the good stick check by Brad Pizzi keeps it in the zone. Tyler Curry shoved to the ground by Carmen Alberga. Brad Pizzi sends it to a point where it is taken by Mitch Emerson, and Josh Zizek now fights and able to escape the zone. Emerson over to Zizek. Zizek in over the line. Derek Brown was in the slot, but Zizek lost it. Emerson back to, and Novick tries to take the shot, and he goes down. Emerson keeps it in at the line and sends it in. Around the boards for Novick. Novick takes it, and Brown is behind the net looking for someone to pass to. Brown out to the right half wall, sends it cross ice for Novick. Novick sends it around the boards, trying to find Emerson, goes all the way around to the opposite point where Carter Allen will chip to keep the play alive. Broman comes off the bench to take the other point, and unable to keep it in was him, and the puck will go all the way down and will go for an icing.
And we might see the new faces for the Lakers coming onto their bench now, one of which is Robert Claire, who I'm not sure if you saw, but in gameplay for the Kingston Warriors of the Ontario Junior Hockey League, had a lacrosse-style goal where she was staying behind the attacking net, lifted the puck onto the blade of his stick, and just swing it around top corner. That's called a lacrosse-style goal, and you don't see that too much in real hockey games, but what a beautiful goal he had.
Yeah, it's something you typically only see on some Instagram websites related to hockey and all these trick plays. But it's amazing when you can actually see a trick play like that, something you only really see during practice, be used to score an actual goal.
Yeah, and it was crazy to watch. I had to do a double take to see if it actually happened. And what a goal. I don't think he's going to be trying that in Division 3 against some of the talent that they have in the SUNYAC, but what a creative player, and has just some tremendous hands and stick handling.
Golden Flyers unable to change as they ice the puck again. Pelnick at the point, took a deflection by Broman, unable to get much off that as Sean Kuhn will just squeeze the pads. Nice save. Charlie Pelnick out of his own end. In center ice, Brad Pizzi loses an edge. Tanner Spink across the ice for Brunn. Costly turnover, and here comes Carabra. Plays it off of the pad of Pelnick, and here comes Pissarro. Pissarro in over the line, waiting for his team to join him. Tanner Spink loses the puck to a poke check of Mitch Culver, and now the puck will be taken by Antonocci, sent over to Bunker in his own end as they will try to reset. Pissarro will just backhand the puck into the zone, and he'll go off for a line change. And A.J. DeRazio was the first we've seen from him this game, and now Oswego will ice the puck.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what some of these younger guys really do bring in. You obviously know what Jody Sullivan's going to bring in, and A.J. DeRazio. What's Robert Clare going to bring on that line? Joey Scorpio, the junior, he's got to step up. He's been on this team for a couple of years now and hasn't really provided much in terms of offense. A couple assists last year. Seemed like he just couldn't find the net. He was snake bitten last year, but he's got to get out and score early this season if he wants to make an impact on this Lakers team, especially a much deeper one.
Shot put on by Corby with nice pace of the face-off circle, tracked and held the entire way by Cedric Hansen. Face-off will take place to the left of Hansen. 7:11 to go in the period. Oswego still leads by a score of 4-2. 21 shots for Oswego. They lead in that category up to the Nazareth Golden Flyers 10 as Oswego again goes on the attack. Josh Zizek. And behind the net is Tyson Kirkby. The 91 for Oswego State. High numbers that we haven't seen before. And J.J. DeRazio takes a shot that goes wide. Jody Sullivan chips it to Robert Clerk. The Kingston Voyager player that we just mentioned with that lacrosse-style goal as the Golden Flyers come away with it. Here is Austin Romzek who sends it across. And great save off of the one-time shot by Pulowski. And the arm of the referee goes up. A penalty is coming up, and this one will go to Oswego.
Looked like a hook there on either Bunko or Tyler Curry. And
it is going to be a hook.
Hansen with a great save there. And I don't think he's been tested as much or as frequently as Richer, but he's looked really good in the opportunities that he stopped. That probably being the greatest chance that he's faced. A 2-on-1. Good job sliding over, getting his body set into position after having to slide from one side of the crease across the other, moving laterally from left to right.
So again, Oswego going on the penalty kill for just the second time this game. And the face-off is won by Oswego. They'll take it behind their own net and send it on the glass and all the way around. Good clear by Carter Allen off the face-off to take some precious time off the clock, even though it is early in this power play. Here come the Golden Flyers. Pass received by Justin Miller. Miller shoved off the puck by Campbell. He loses the puck, and Miller will do a backhand pass. Referee goes down in a maze of players, and Carter Allen shoves a player to the ground. The physicality definitely picking up as Carter Allen will hold Ray Fosso against the boards.
And a lot of movement on this Nazareth College power play. And it almost cost almost harmed them there, as they didn't have a player in front of the net when the puck squirted out there. But it's a challenging to kill a penalty off when the players on the power play are skating circles around you and have so much energy.
Opposite corner dump in by the Golden Flyers, met by Christopher Brunn. The pass to the empty point goes off the mark. and Wojciechowski will have to backtrack into his own zone. 45 seconds remaining in the Curry hooking penalty. Behind his own net is Pollock. Pollock up the zone. Pulowski over to Romzek, and Oswego again will clear. Nothing really showing for the Golden Flyer power play.
Great active stick there on the Lakers D-line, able to get the puck off the stick of the Golden Flyer and sending it out of play, or out of the zone.
Cross ice pass to Pulowski. He grabs the puck just inside the blue line. The linesman was right in front of him. Pretty decisive call offside.
Yeah, and so far I love what I'm seeing from the Oswego penalty kill. They're doing a really good job keeping the puck to the outside. You know, Nazareth had the puck in their own end for what, 30, 45 seconds, excuse me, but they didn't really do much with it. And I think that's a testament to how great the positioning was for the Lakers penalty kill.
Faceoff went all the way back to the Golden Flyer zone as the intentional offside rule was applied. They'll have to work out of their own end with 7 seconds to go. The last rush on this Golden Flyer power play thwarted by the stick of Charlie Pelnick, and that will do it for the Tyler Kearney penalty. He hops over the boards. Sullivan will take his place. Antonocci tries an opposite corner dump in, went off, didn't get it high enough, went off the stick of Sullivan, and back the other way come the Golden Flyers. Here is Corvey in over the line. Opposite corner dump in, finds Pizzi, sends it around the net. Met there by Hallis. Hallis with the chip, Molinaro unable to control it, and outside the zone, it comes the puck. Sean Hallis controls over to Mendelssohn. Back to Hallis, and back up the ice they go. Carmen Alberga will just chip the puck in. Full personnel change taking place for the Golden Flyers. Sullivan, Durazio is on his right. Sullivan puts the shot on, went off the leg of Mendelssohn, and it goes all the way into the far corner.
Yeah, and you see Antonucci there jumping up on the play offensively. That's what Coach Gosick wants to see more of. You didn't get that a lot last year. The Lakers only had 3 goals from their defense, and Antonucci brings a lot of that.
Antonucci brings it in, and he will chip and chase. He will go off the ice, as will most Lakers. Full line change taking place. Here is Jesse Farabee circling the net. Tries to center one for Bunka, and the shot is put onto the net, easily sticked aside by Kuhn. Nice keep by Devin Campbell to keep the Oswego attack alive, and Devin Campbell will take it again at the point, send it behind the net for Farabee. He has Scorpio alone in the slot. Pass was poke checked by Culver, and back out to the blue line was Devin Campbell. Took a shot, never find its way onto the net. I think it went off of Mitch Culver, and the puck will clear the zone all the way down. Icing is called.
You know, Oswego still seem to be peppering Kuhn with shots, and I've just been so impressed with their forecheck. You saw Scorpio in the slot to be able to follow the puck and see it trying to get cycled around for the grinder style. He's able to jump on the puck and try to create some kind of opportunity for the Lakers. Nothing really happened, but you love to see him jumping on loose pucks if you're the Lakers.
Carter Allen at the point. Tried to find Novik. Errant Pasto finds the stick of Justin Hess, and back the other way come the Golden Flyers. They'll just chip and chase. Their players retired after the icing call.
Yeah, that's the second sloppy D-to-D pass we've seen in the offensive zone for the Lakers that's led to a turnover.
But Zizek does recover. He gets it in the neutral zone. He will send it all the way down, just looking to maybe reset his team as Brown chips the puck along, finds Zizek. Emerson is in the slot alone. Tried to pass it to him. Cody Antonini got the stick on that. And here is Max Novik. Carter Allen. Carter Allen with the shot, and he hit the post. And it careens all the way to the other side. Odd man rush for the Golden Flyers. And over the line is Falso. Falso holding! And the diving play by Josh Zizek prevents the centering pass.
That one was played excellently by the Lakers. And of course, Zizek charging to cover the man without the puck. Just how Coach Oswego wants to see it positionally. Very sound there.
Novik carries it in, dealing with 3 defenders. He's in by himself. Tommy Horn streaking over by the opposite post. Tommy Horn behind the net. Novik controls. Horn gave up on the play momentarily, which allowed the Golden Flyers to take the puck. but the good forechecking of the Oswego State Lakers keeps it in, at least momentarily, as the Golden Flyers are finally able to escape. But taken back in the neutral zone by a nice hit by Tyson Bruce, and the puck, it goes all the way down into the Oswego zone with just under a minute to play in this second period. 4-2, Oswego State leads. Tommy Horn out of his own end plays it off the boards and finds Kirkby at the half wall, unable to get it into the zone. Opposite corner flip in by Alex Corvey, met by Tommy Horn. Horn, Pelnick able to escape the zone. Kirkby brings it in and will just flip it in. And out come the Golden Flyers in the waning seconds. That one will go off the boards, although Curry was in the path of the puck, so icing is waved off. 17 seconds to go. Curry with the pass up to Clerk. Puck pops up into the neutral zone with under 10 seconds to go and chipped into the Oswego end. Maybe one last chance if they hurry, and they'll just take it into the corner and let time expire.
Yeah, and again, the second period for the Lakers brought more of what we saw in the first, if not better. You saw a much more positionally sound team in their defensive zone, and for Cedric Hansen, you can't play much better than that. Stopped all the shots he saw, and I was very happy with what I saw from Cedric Hansen in the defense, and I think they got better as this game's gone on. And with it being their first exhibition game, you don't want to read too much into what happens early on. You want to see what happens over the course of the game because they're getting better and getting better chemistry.
Coming up after the break, second period highlights and analysis from the TOP intermission desk team. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Is How Are You Precious okay?
Take out the precious. It's way too cheesy.
Okay, yeah.
Just go, hey, how are you?
Nope.
How's your day?
Yeah.
Don't be cheesy.
Yeah, I figured.
So, what'd she say?
She's still typing. I'm not sure. She never takes this long.
I wouldn't worry about it. Give it a few minutes.
Okay.
Oswego on WTOP, your television.
WTOP 10 live, and we are in the second intermission. The score is 4-2 Oswego, and it was definitely a slower period, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely a slower period, but fortunately for Oswego, they were able to convert on just a lot of passing that has been going on. A lot of shots been attacking in the zone, but it was pretty evened out besides that one goal scored for Oswego by Tanner Spink.
Definitely, and Oswego definitely looked more sloppy than in the first period. Their passes were better in the first period, but it was a very physical game here in the second period.
Yeah, I think that Coach Gostick is just trying a couple things out. It's preseason. He's trying to get those 9 freshmen as many reps as possible, and I think it's really important that you get those freshman reps so that they get acclimated with the rest of the roster. That's why we're not seeing a lot of Mitch Emerson and Zizek and Passero and Cam Berry and Aaron Huff-Nagel. I mean, the only reason why we're seeing as much Aaron Huff-Nagel as we are is because he's got to get a little adjusted coming back from that injury and stuff like that, because he never really got adjusted after just getting pushed into the SUNYAC tournament last year.
And another point that I want to point out is I feel like with, like you said, bringing in these new freshmen, we haven't seen the star players for Oswego. It's going to build chemistry. Build chemistry with the preseason. You're going to be working with these guys later on, all throughout years to come. I think this is a good decision by Ed Gosick in a preseason game to build that chemistry early with these guys.
Yes, and we saw Richier in the first period in goal. Now we saw Hansen. Hansen looked pretty good.
He looked really good. Yeah. The fact that he was really smart with the puck, able to make quick decisions. Nazareth didn't really get much shots on him, but that doesn't really matter. But Hansen, he was really smart with the puck, very efficient. Good job by him.
Although Nazareth has let up 4 goals, they have been very tight on defense. Oswego's just been, penetrating the passing lanes and just getting it in there and getting it in the goal. Obviously, it's 4-2. So I think, Oswego is really coming out. They're going to come out strong in this third period, and they're not going to let go of the gas. They're not going to hit the brakes. They're just going to keep on pushing.
Oh, no, you got to keep grinding. This is a team that has to keep going. We saw this last year where there were times where they just stopped. They completely stopped. Defensive miscommunications, bad penalty calls led to other teams having opportunities to convert. They cannot be doing this in the third period, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, Nazareth looked very polished in that second quarter.
We saw a Nazareth side that was a lot more composed than what we saw in the first period of play. They looked sloppy, and I think a lot of it was, even though it's preseason, we've been talking about it, this wonderful Oswego crowd, all of the fans. It's hard for any team to get acclimated to that fan base,
Definitely.
So I think it's very important for Nazareth to kind of get acclimated.
You know what? Why don't we get another look at the goal from this second period?
Yeah, so right here, it's going to be just a beautiful shot there by Spinnick as Charlie Palnick, Becerra, as he's going to be able to find Spinnick. A beautiful wrister there to give Oswego a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Cedric Hansen looks sharp. Oswego's offense is very good. But, we're going to take a quick break now. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10. Excuse me.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No. This is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
welcome back to WTOP 10 Hockey Night in Oswego, and let's take a look at that second period with the full team stats. You know, Oswego is up 4-2 on Nazareth, and they are definitely controlling this game so far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they really are. I mean, looking at the shots, Oswego, 38 shots. They are just attacking offensively. 23 of those are attempted shots, and the faceoffs are a lot better with Oswego that they are attacking.
They
more.
must have listened to me after the first intermission.
Yeah,
They
I know,
must have.
that's what I'm saying.
The 22 additional face-off wins. Yeah, they must have listened to me. I don't know.
Face-offs are definitely going to be a big factor going down the stretch throughout the season, and they completely turned it around in the second period.
Absolutely.
Now let's throw to the sideline reporter, Nick Ketter. Nick?
The Oswego Lakers had yet another great period. They're out shooting the Nazareth Golden Flyers 23-11, and Coach Ed Gossick has to be pleased with the way the team is playing. The Nazareth Golden Flyers attempted to change styles of play to a more physical play, and the Lakers adapted to it perfectly and stayed out of the penalty box and lead this game 4-2, lead in shots. They're doing a great job. They just have to keep it up for one more period, and they will send these Lakers fans home happy. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nick. And the second period definitely was a little slower, but third period, we're looking at a very good matchup. It's 4-2 now, but, you know, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, don't be surprised if this is going to pick back up. You know, their goalie, he was strong second period. He did give up a goal, but he's still big. He was still in the net strong. Way better second period than it was in first period. And another guy, they got to get Mitch Culver going. If he is able to get the passing going, it's going to give him a bunch of opportunities for him to take shots or to find other teammates.
Definitely. And Oswego, they were strong in the first period, not as strong in the second period, still scored a goal. What do you think they need to do in the third period to definitely close out this and ice it out?
So, like I said earlier, this is more for Coach Gossick to see his line combinations. And if I'm Tanner Spink, this is my opportunity to bag a hat trick in this game and maybe even break into the second line. I mean, the first line is going to be absolutely crowded because you're going to have Cam Berry, you're going to have Zizek. We're not even talking about Michael Gillespie this entire game because he's been scratched off, but he's a guy that you always have to account for. So I really think that Coach Gossick is just going to be playing with his lineups. And like I said, if I'm Tanner Spink, I'm really looking to break into those, maybe that second string, and maybe even if he plays well enough, gets a third or a fourth goal, you consider him for that first string spot.
Definitely, and Anthony Pissarro has been a very big factor in this game. He has 2 assists through 2 periods, and he played at Buffalo State last year, and in 2 seasons at Buffalo State, he had 16 goals and 41 assists, so he's known for those assists.
Oh, yeah, he sure is. Yeah, look for him to be more effective in the third period. Like I said, they're going to keep hitting the gas pedal, Mike.
Definitely, and you know who else is going to be effective? This crowd. This crowd is ecstatic for an exhibition game.
Yeah,
yes.
wow.
This
Dancing to Sweet Caroline right now.
Ready?
You'll love to see it.
Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
You'll love to see it.
Love to see it. And I mean, it's going to be an amazing third period. I think that Oswego might be able to get another goal in, as will Nazareth, but Oswego is definitely looking like the powerhouse, and it seems like Oswego will come away with the win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that Oswego, they look really solid, and if they can carry this momentum into next Saturday, then it's going to be a good season.
Definitely. So we're going to go into the third period now, and you're watching WTOP 10 Hockey Night in Oswego, 4-2 Lakers, third period.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP, your television.
And welcome back inside the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena, getting set for third period action here on Hockey Night in Oswego on the network of WTOP 10. Patrick Machado standing alongside me is Matt Watling. We're getting set for the third period of this exhibition matchup against the Nazareth Golden Flyers. And should this period go this way that the last one did, we should expect to see our first, the Laker debut of number 33, Steven Kozowski. What do you think?
You know, I haven't seen much on Kozakowski, but what I have seen is that he's leading the charge here. So it's very likely that he will take the reins, getting a period of his own in this exhibition matchup. And he was on a team in the Oswego Stampede that, to be honest, not very good. Gave up a lot of shots. I think he was top 5 in shots faced amongst goaltenders. And despite that, he was still his numbers were not great. They're below average, but that's because of the multitude of shots and grade A scoring chances he was facing.
Yeah, Steven Kozowski, again, played for the Oswego Stampede, so by no means is he a stranger to Central New York. Like you mentioned, not a very good team in the grand scheme of things, but if you take a look at his save percentage, that, to me, tells a lot bigger of a story. 9.929 save percentage, 3 goals against average, which 3 goals against average isn't exactly the best number, but when you take a look at that save percentage, it just sounds like he didn't have a defense behind him.
Yeah, and that just goes to show, even though he's giving up 3.25 goals a game, he's facing that many shots, that his save percentage is almost 930, which is
elite when it comes to NHL and even college standards.
Well, luckily for Kozowski, actually we'll get to that in a second. We're gonna get a penalty as Josh
That was a heavy hit by Zizek.
A very heavy hit against
Looks
the
like
boards.
a boarding
It's gonna
call
be a boarding
there,
call.
And that's a little sloppy of a penalty. I don't think it was necessary for him to take take it this early too, just 8 seconds into the period for Kozikowski. At least he's getting a look. At least getting a look at him. He's getting some action in an exhibition game. So
yeah, he's going to get some action, and right now, like you said, the save percentage, the goals against average, it all means nothing now as those numbers are 0, and now it's 1.00 as he makes his first save as an Oswego State Laker, and they will clear it the length of the ice, and the power play will reset. Pulowski sends it across the ice for Pollock, and Pollock is bringing it up. Tried to find the left wing. It goes into the center off of a stick. And Tyler Curry will block the attempted clear from Jody Sullivan. And Curry will attempt another clear. That one kept in at the line by Jacob Pollock. But not for long as Oswego is finally able to get the clear. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go on the power play. Sullivan takes the puck in the neutral zone. The attempted clear from Campbell went off the leg of Rumzek and into the zone. It goes. Tyler Curry sends it around the glass, kept in at the point, and it will squirt out to the neutral zone. They'll have to reset again. Again, nothing for the Golden Flyer power play.
The Lakers doing a really good job supporting each other in the neutral zone and then along the boards to get the puck out as quickly as possible on this penalty kill.
In the zone is Falso. Falso spinning off 2 Laker defenders. Centering pass blocked from Pryor. Devin Campbell was the one that blocked that shot. Pass rather, and here comes the Lakers back the other way. MacArthur in on goal and stopped by a new goalie for the Golden Flyers. Michael Tilford now between the pipes.
Yeah, and Tilford was their starter last year. And you talk about not having a good team in front of you. We'll talk about Nazareth. They're not a great team. They were sub 500. But Tilford, 11-13-3 was his record last year in 20 starts, a 268 goals against and a 918 save percentage. So a pretty solid starter for Nazareth, probably their starter again as he gets the final period of action for the Golden Flyers.
Oswego won the faceoff, which allowed them to take a couple more seconds off that power play. Chipped into the zone by Cabrera. Cabrera loses the puck to Spink, and the puck now in empty space, kept in by Mendison as the power play will expire for the Golden Flyers. Sent across the ice for Carter Allen, back on offense. Step ahead of the play, it looked like number 18, Tyson Bruce, was just a step ahead, and the faceoff will come just outside to the neutral zone.
Yeah, it seems like the Lakers really got the only scoring chance on that Nazareth College power play, that man advantage for them. And for the Lakers, they did a really good job of stopping Nazareth in the neutral zone. Oswego State pretty much got into the attacking end on their own power plays without any question. And Lakers really making Nazareth work the full 2/3 of the ice to get into that attacking zone.
Tyson Kirkby carries it over, loses the puck, might have thrown the team offside, and they will have to reset. Charlie Pelnick sends it over to Bruce. Bruce in over the line and spins it around the boards, finding Kirkby. Kirkby, and there is Tyson Bruce to help out as he was being double teamed by Nazareth Golden Flyers. Stick lift by Tyson Bruce, able to keep it in the zone. Kirkby behind the net. Kirkby absorbs a shove by Justin Hess, and Oswego will come away with it back to the point for Pelnick, and Pelnick will chip it around again for Kirkby in the near corner. Kirkby angled off by Mendison. Kirkby double teamed and finds Tommy Horn. Tommy Horn absorbs a hit from Sean Hallis, and the puck will be covered and held by Tilford.
Yeah, it seems like the Lakers in this second half of the game, when they flipped up those forwards around, it looks like they sent out some of their more physical forwards, some of those grinders. That former fourth line of Jody Sullivan and A.J. Durazio, they're now paired with Robert Clare. Joey Scorpio, Michael MacArthur, those are some of the more grinder-style guys as seems to be Kirkby in his first pro game.
Zizek wins the
Or first
faceoff
college
off
game.
the tie-up, and in front is Brown trying to get his first collegiate goal, and he's stoned by the pad of Tilford.
And what a chance by him, you know, the transfer from Division I, really just an impressive player, got cut by what I believe was Niagara, and 7 others were cut alongside him. So it's not like he was a bad player. It was just the coach was trying to create some sort of overhaul of the entire program over at Niagara University.
Take 2 on the play. Here comes Mitch Emerson, and the critical poke check of Carmine Alberga thwarts what was a promising chance low in the slot. Taken by Brad Pizzi, center around the boards. Pryor backhands one. Zizek takes over. And we're going to get another penalty, and it looks like it's going again against Oswego.
Yeah,
it's going to be a cross-check.
And that's Ryan Bunker, the freshman, I believe, as he's going to skate into the box here. And, you know, I saw a lot of physicality on the play. Personally, I didn't see the cross-check, but these refs know what they're doing, obviously. That was definitely a call. I saw one of the Golden Flyers just soaring across the ice on his knees, falling down.
Yeah, a lot of penalties being called this game, at least 10 of them so far. Do you like to see this many penalties called, or do you think the referee should just let them play?
You know, I think most of these calls have been pretty blatant and obvious. You know, you're going to get called for a cross-check. You're going to get called now for the slashing. As you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that they're calling a lot tougher, a lot more strict on their slashings, not letting little love taps to the hands go anymore.
And it's going to be like we mentioned, an adjustment period for all the coaches around the league. As we saw in the NHL during that one preseason where the slashing point of emphasis was added, there was a preseason game with the Islanders versus the Rangers where I think that half the play was spent on the man advantage or a reduced manpower situation.
Yeah, most certainly. And I think it's time for the refs to kind of adjust. You know, as the kind of cliche goes, when it comes down the stretch, refs tend to keep their whistles away a little bit longer. So an adjustment period for both players and refs to see what's going to be called.
Scorpio tried to hand pass it out of the zone, batting it out of his own end. And the Oswego will eventually clear. Icing waved off. Tilford will play it from behind his own net. And it's up to Pulowski. Pulowski across center. And in over the line. Shot put on, and great save by Kozowski.
Yeah, and that's just a really good look. And one of the first saves Kozowski's made here tonight. Had good tracking on it, was able to see the puck clearly. And if you're Nazareth, you want to get players in front of him, because Kozowski's used to getting peppered with shots in the NA 3HL. And to get goals and to get him really to struggle and feel uncomfortable, you want to have him moving laterally, left and right, along the blue line between the circles, and also getting players in front of him so he can't really see the puck that well.
False start on the face-off, and Pryor's kicked out. Pulver will go in to take his place, and he will win it. Back is Falso. Falso skating with pace all the way around the net, and a poke check from Charlie Pelnick will pop the puck loose. Falso controls again, and Robert Clerc at the point will poke check it out. He tried to put on the Jets for a breakaway. Great defense by the Golden Flyers to hold him off. Out of their own end is Justin Miller. Sent over to number 7. Interestingly enough, we don't have a number 7 on the roster or the official stat sheet given to us by Oswego. So as a shot from the neutral zone, just looked to be a dump in, goes off the post.
Yeah, and Oswego is still doing a really good job keeping Nazareth to the outside on this power play for the Golden Eagles, or Golden Flyers, excuse me.
Falso pinching in to save the play. Over again to the number 7 player who none of us know what his name is. I wish we did. I wish he had something better to call him. And it will be a hand pass against the Golden Flyers. Face off at center ice.
And again, another textbook penalty kill by the Lakers, forcing Nazareth to the outside. And really, Nazareth didn't have much zone time on that penalty kill, or on that power play. And that's what we saw from Oswego a lot last year on their power play, where they couldn't get into the zone, and other teams were causing them fits in the neutral zone. Oswego dishing out some of that medicine now to the Golden Flyers.
Tommy Horn will take the face-off, and he'll duel against Jackson Shanley of the Golden Flyers. And Horn will come away with it. Antonocci at the point sends it cross ice for Bunka. Bunka, the shot, falls loose. Antonocci backhanding one, and it will go into the corner where Tyson Kirkby will take it. Horn lost the puck to Alberga, and up come the Golden Flyers. Shanley shoved to the boards by Tommy Horn off of the dump-in. Puck deflects off the outside of the net, and Kirkby taken down. Referee's arm stays down. It looks like the stick got caught up between his skates. Good no call by the referee.
Yeah, definitely a battle for the puck.
But now we're going to get a penalty, and this one is going to go against the Golden Flyers. So Oswego will go back to the power play. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem at all. I think that's an interference call there on the Golden Eagles of Nazareth College, and that's number 5, Grant Gallo. I think that's the second or third time we've called his name, one of which might have been for a penalty earlier on in the game.
Yeah, Grant Gallo not making a huge contribution tonight, but he will send the Lakers to their 8th power play of the game.
And this is one of your Lakers you almost need to score on. Going 0 for 8, whether it's exhibition, postseason, regular season, is an atrocity. That's really just not something you want to see if you're the Lakers. You want to get one on the board, and if you don't, then you cause some questions for us.
Oswego looking for finish to their power plays. A bunch of players lose an edge off the faceoff, and Derek Brown will come away with the puck over at the right point. Max Novick over to Huffnagel. Huffnagel backhand blinds a pass to Novick, and that one broken up by the stick of Mitch Culver, and Oswego will have to reset in the neutral zone. Mitch Emerson receives the pass from Huffnagel and drops it off for Novick. Novick tees up a shot into the paraphernalia of Tilford, and he'll cover.
Yeah, on that Huffnagel drop pass earlier on in the sequence, that's kind of what you brought up earlier. Too pretty, too much fancy movements. Threw it to nobody. I mean, no one was in line with him. There was a guy further back behind him that he just didn't get the pass to. And on a power play, you don't want to be pretty. You want to be getting pucks to the net, especially when you're 0 for 7 on your first 7 tries.
Brown survives the clearing attempt of Pulowski, and in on net is Zizek. Puck loose over by the left post, and Tilford is able to get a glove on it, and another whistle. 1:21 to go in the power play, 12:56 to go in regulation. Lakers still lead by a score of 4-2. Zizek loses the faceoff, and the clearing attempt goes off of Huffnagel, and the faceoff will come outside of the zone. Looks like it's going to be the far faceoff dot outside the neutral zone.
Yeah, so that definitely did go off on a Oswego Laker there as it gets taken outside here with just 1:16 left on the power play.
Zizek wins the faceoff, and Max Novick will carry it in by himself. Max Novick puts on the brakes and gives it to Zizek. Emerson now behind the net. Huffnagel, Novick, Brown. Brown doesn't handle the puck cleanly and will have to recover. He does. Novick puts on a shot blocked by Pulowski, and the Golden Flyers will clear. And out is Kozakowski, to save the play from a Nazareth breakaway. Mitch Emerson over at the face-off circle near the hash marks. Goes into the corner, gives it to Huffnagel. Novick, one-timer, didn't get all on the shot. Puck will dribble all the way to Mendezun, and he will clear it the length of the ice. 24 seconds to go.
Yeah, and on that unit there, you saw Brown kind of skating back and forth along that lower third of your screen on the ice, trying to get open for a one-timer, and that's something that you really like to see for the Lakers.
Scorpio, drop pass off to Carter Allen. MacArthur puts chase on as the final seconds tick away, and they will get the clear, and that will do it for the Laker power play as Gallo will now return to the ice and skate right to the bench. Out of his own zone, Carter Allen, Farabee, backhand pass to MacArthur, who runs out of real estate and loses the puck. Backhands a pass, tried to center one, and the puck comes all the way down. It will cross through the crease, but icing is called.
Yeah, I think on that power play, you really didn't, the Oswego State Lakers, they had some opportunities, nothing really to call home about, nothing too crazy, no grade A chance like we've seen in previous power plays so far today. What do you think? Does Coach Oswego try to make adjustments, or is this par for the course?
Well, to be honest, it looks like this is just an experiment. Look for Coach Gosick in the practice tomorrow to talk about how the power play went for them, which, again, the power play on paper looks like a terrible power play, but they are doing a good job of moving the puck and creating lanes. They just can't seem to finish.
Yeah, and one thing I really like to see is that they're playing with 4 forwards here, opposed to, which is normally seen in pro hockey and most power play setups, but for the Lakers the last couple of years, they've used 2 defensemen. And despite having some great puck-moving defensemen, you know, guys like Carter Allen's a solid puck mover, and even Tyler Antonucci, going with 4 forwards, I think is definitely the move considering the depth that this forward group has.
2-on-2 scrum with Jody Sullivan and Robert Clerk battle with 2 Golden Flyers. Oswego comes away with it. It is Sullivan behind the net, looking to backhand a pass into the slot. It went off the stick of a Golden Flyer. Oswego still controls, and a maze of players go down. Jody Sullivan somehow still able to stick with the play. Clerk calling for it in the slot. Back to the point for Pelnick. Pelnick, the shot goes off of a Golden Flyer out in front. Never made its way to the net. And Antonini is trying his best to shake off the Laker defenders. Is able to do it and clear, but not before eating a rough hit from Robert Clerk.
Yeah, the Lakers are buzzing now. After that power play, they really jump-started. They're swarming. A lot of good forecheck. A lot of good pressure on this Nazareth defense here.
The puck popped up and went into the penalty box off the stick of Alex Corby. Face-off is going to take place at center ice.
If I'm the Lakers, when it comes to the power play, try to dumb it down to start. I'd like to see them shooting more. Yes, they have great playmakers like Passero and other passers. Even Zizek can pass really well. But I want to see them firing points from anywhere on the ice. If you don't have a defender in front of you, take a shot, get traffic in front of the net, and try to at least get one here. After you build up some confidence, build up some goals, that's when you want to make it tricky and a little pretty passes and whatnot.
Tyson Bruce, angled off by 3. Tyson Bruce protects the puck and gets around, looking to go top shelf, and taken by Tilford. It looked like it went off his shoulder and able to corral it.
And Bruce hasn't had the greatest career as a Laker, just 5 points in 16 games. But he was really good in junior hockey before coming to the Lakers. Had 64 points in 54 games played, and you saw with that there when he was able to protect the puck by using his angles and size to really just shadow the defender off the puck.
Long dump in was touched by Pulowski in center ice to negate the icing, and the shot sails wide. Wojciechowski unable to find the top post.
Looked like Kozakowski got a piece of that with his glove, but not all of it.
Centering pass blocked. Pulowski with the attempted pass. Jacob Pollock out at the point. Sends one cross ice, doesn't find its mark, and Farabee with a little bit too heavy of a touch on the puck gives the puck back to the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Pollock controls, and now Oswego takes it back. Jesse Farabee backhands a pass, went off the boards, and Scorpio was unable to track the movement of that puck. And the Golden Flyers will escape the zone, but they will just throw it out. And good hustle by Ray Falso to negate the icing call, as the Golden Flyers were just looking to get a change. But back the other way come the Lakers. Errant pass does not find Bruce. And back over the line comes Justin Miller. Miller, pass blocked by Curry. Delayed penalty called, and this one will be against the Golden Flyers. Oswego, now going to their 8th power play.
Right, and that's going to be a high stick on what appears to be number 22, and that's Justin Miller, the Franklin, Massachusetts native. The freshman put up 22 points, in 47 games played for the Boston Junior Bruins before coming to the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. Deceptive shot, pretty good skater, but you saw there a little careless with a stick and takes the high stick and penalty for the Lakers to go on what appears to be their 8th or 9th power play.
Yep, their 8th power play, and Zizek will take the draw off the tie-up. Puck stays in the center, and the Golden Flyers are able to clear, but only as far as neutral ice, as Novick will control and send it up to Zizek, giving away Brad Pizzi with a good defensive stick. Novick in over the line on the far point. Brown, Derek Brown, Max Novick. Back to Brown. looking for a lane to shoot, and Emerson tried to pull it from his backhand to his forehand, and the stick of Tilford was just able to stop the puck, and he will cover. Good offensive chance by Emerson, unable to be too fine.
Yeah, and typically I don't love those pretty plays, but when you have it on your stick, that backhand's not going to be much of an opportunity. And you'll see it here, the fake shot, the pass over, tries to spin to his forehand. If he gets that on his forehand, that's an easy tap-in on the far side of the goal. So despite the pretty looks of that play, that's a pretty safe play, being that it's in so close to the net. And when that's going to work 8 or 9 times out of 10.
Max Novick again controls. Brown, he thinks about a shot, he shoots! And that one just lost in a maze of players. Shanley looked like to get the block, and they will clear all the way down. Novick from behind his own net. Mitch Culver there from the Golden Flyers to speed up the pace. In over the line is Huffnagel. Emerson, the shot, he scores! Emerson from the face-off circle puts one top shelf, and it's 5-2 Lakers.
And just what a shot. Going stick side, not quick enough for is Tilford as the puck just soars over his pads. And you'll watch here on the replay. Almost uses the defenseman as a screen, and Tilford just a split second too late on the shot. Couldn't see the puck until it was too late.
Just a great goal by Mitch Emerson. Another one of what was picked by many Oswego State pundits to become a leader this year. Didn't receive an A or a C, but as a junior and going to be a rising senior next year, look for him to at least receive an A for the 2019-20 season if he continues the play that he has done in this last couple seasons.
Yeah, and he's playing on the top line here for the Lakers, and it really shows. He's been so good playing alongside Derek Brown and Josh Isaac, all three of which are juniors. So this could be your top line for not only this year, but maybe even next year. And that's a scary top line. To build that kind of chemistry over 2 years, that's something Oswego State should be really excited to see heading down the stretch of this game. Of this season, I should say, excuse me.
And as the Golden Flyers ice the puck, again, let's talk about Mitch Emerson. With one of the more underappreciated attributes of Emerson is his ability to get into the dirty areas and grind and fight for a loose puck. Something that you don't really see in a typical first line forward.
No, I think he just brings that. That's what he really brings to the table for this top line. The ability to really grind out the puck from the corner boards, and also has a knack for the net. He's got good hands, deceptive shot, and you saw it there with that shot. That wasn't necessarily the hardest shot you'll ever see, but the accuracy and the way that he changes the angles on it is just so perfect.
Almost had a beautiful goal in on by spinning it to his backhand to his forehand, and does get rewarded in the end. That's Oswego's first power play goal for the season, 1 for 8. Finally something struck through. And here come the Lakers again. Sent in, A.J. DeRazio, met by Jody Sullivan. Backhands a pass to Derek Brown. Back out to the point, reset, Charlie Pelnick. Gets lost in the stick of Medesin. Able to keep it in though. Shot goes wide of the net. A.J. DeRazio. Taken away, the puck, Sean Hallis for the Golden Flyers. But back, Christopher Brunn takes it. Puck loose in the slot, tried to backhand, just ran out of real estate. Robert Clark almost had a beautiful chance to nab his first goal. Errant pass allows the Golden Flyers to escape, but DeRazio will take it back. Saved at the point for the Flyers was Justin Miller. Here is Ray Falso. Ray Falso drops it off for Shanley with the wrister stopped and held by the glove of Kazakowski.
Yeah, and Kazakowski really just, all the shots he's stopping and all the shots that he's really facing, he's seeing the shots. I mean, Nazareth College is getting no traffic in front of the net, no traffic in front of him, and these saves he's making are easy. You know, for a goaltender of D3 or of even club hockey, when you see the puck, you should stop it more often than not. Right now, Kazakowski's doing an excellent job of just that.
Looking forward to next week. We are right back here at 7 o'clock for puck drop. The Oswego State Lakers will take on the Carleton Place Canadians in another exhibition matchup. They're a CCHL team, the league that Ed Gosick really likes to recruit from. You can find pre-game at 6:30 with puck drop at 7. But again, going to the CCHL, we have a lot of players here, including current captain Devin Campbell, who played for the Carleton Place Canadians before he came to Oswego.
Yeah, Tanner Spink, one of those guys as well that played in the CCHL. And something interesting is you're not seeing the CCHL all-graduate team like you did last year. You're seeing a team that's been together for at least a month now. They've played 10 games or so. And Coach Osik likes that in the sense that they're going to be able to see a real team with real chemistry and real dynamic, not just a bunch of all-stars.
Steal in the neutral zone, Farabee! And that one goes off the glove of Tilford. Good save by Tilford, just able to get a piece. Campbell, the shot, and that one goes off a stick and finds it into the corner. Oswego State buzzing right now. Campbell puts on a shot, goes off the stick of Pizzi, and finds MacArthur, who takes it into the corner. Jesse Farabee sends it to the point for Allen, cross the ice for Campbell. Campbell just chips it in to the far corner for MacArthur, and the Golden Flyers are able to clear.
Yeah, that's a really smart play by Campbell there, just chipping it around the defenseman who went down to block the pass.
Devin Campbell again in over the line, holding the puck, tried to spin one off of his toe to find Joey Scorpio, and that one thwarted by the stick of Alex Corvey. Derek Brown takes a hit off Pollock, which keeps the puck into the zone. Zizek from behind the net backhands a pass out to Novick. The puck unable to lie flat on the ice, and the one-timer was failed. Carter Allen from in his own zone. Derek Brown unable to get a stick off the deflection, and icing is called. With 3:54 to go in the game, Oswego State leads by a score of 5-2. Coming up after the final buzzer. Keep it locked here on WTOP 10 for the post-game show. With our intermission desk, they will have highlights and analysis from the third period and the entire game. Keep it here on WTOP 10. Zizek lost the face-off, although the puck did go up on its side and was able to roll all the way out of the zone, which forces the Golden Flyers to reset. And Romzek unable to handle it cleanly, and it leads to a turnover. Oswego back the other way. Max Novick inside the Golden Flyers end. Shoved to the boards by Mendison. And here behind the net, Emerson Zizek! And that one just off the toe of his stick. If he was able to get that pass cleanly, we would have seen the 6th goal of the game.
Yeah, you saw earlier on the play, Max Novick jumping in on the rush, has Zizek take his place at the point. And when you do that, not only do you have a different look and a different man playing up on the rush, you also have a guy like Zizek who's able to creep in right there from the point, creeps in, gets the pass, and a good shot and a good opportunity, but really just great goaltending by Michael Tilford.
He got 50% on it. If it was 100%, it would have been a sure goal, as the Golden Flyers in desperation mode, as time is a major factor now with 3:15 to go. 3-goal deficit to make up. Out of their own end, Oswego. Antonocci up to Cleric. Cleric controls and will skate it into the zone. Slays it off for Sullivan. Sullivan the shot off the pillows of Michael Tilford. Played off the glass and almost kept in by Antonocci, and Falso will bring it in. But offside is Justin Miller, and it will be brought outside the zone.
Yeah, and again, just Oswego, just play defensively. You don't want to kind of fall into a shelter or really just die down and kind of collapse. But you do want to make sure you're making the smarter plays, not necessarily the plays that are going to lead to more goals, given the fact that you have a 3-goal lead with under 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, 3-goal lead with 3 minutes to go. It's doable. Certainly, it'll be very difficult with the way Oswego has been playing so far. However, it is doable. So, like you mentioned, sitting back and although it is a soccer term, parking the bus is probably not the best option for the Lakers. Scorpio takes the puck off of a stick in the air, and Scorpio will bat it in. Farabee will give chase. They'll play it off the glass and back out to center. And over the line is Pelnick. Pelnick eats a check, and the shot misses the net and goes into the corner. Scorpio from behind his own net centers one. Puck lost, and he will cover and hold on.
And a great play by Scorpio to have the hockey IQ and the vision to look and find that pass over to Michael MacArthur, the freshman, or Yeah, the freshman's done a really solid job. Pretty noticeable, I would say, on that line with Joey Scorpio.
2:11 to go in the period. We will keep an eye on the Golden Flyers goaltender should they be able to sustain some pressure, and he's going to look towards the bench, and he will stay in his own net for now. On his legs is Christopher Brunn, unable to clear the zone.
And the Nazareth College coaches, sorry to interrupt you, they're not even looking at their goaltender right now to pull him. So it might be like they're just going to sit this one in with a 3-goal lead, or 3-goal deficit with a minute 40 left. They might not even pull a goalie.
Yeah, that might be the case. Christopher Brunn is able to escape the zone and give it to Tyson Bruce. And in over the line, shot from Kirkby is easily saved and held by Tilford.
And that's just a smart play by Kirkby. You know, you're going one-on-one with a defenseman. You don't want to make any mistakes. You might want to go for a flashing move to get around him, but just taking a shot, try to use him as a screen so you're not going to avoid a potential rush the other way for Nazareth.
Time is starting to expire, 1:34 to go. Again, no movement from either the coaches towards their goaltender, although he is looking towards them now. So let's see if they do something. Certainly will have to wait for the Golden Flyers to gain possession before they even think about it, and that's not going to be now as Devin Campbell brings it in and chips it into deep into Golden Flyer territory. Sent around the boards, Pulowski. Farabee inside of his own end. No, excuse me, the Golden Flyers end. MacArthur shoved to the boards by Hallis as we come within 1 minute to go, but a delayed penalty called. Golden Flyers, another penalty, 9th power play to end the game. Certainly that does it for the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd or 4th slashing call on Nazareth alone. I believe Oswego had 1, maybe 2. So you bring these new rules and this rule change for the season. This is a big factor going to SUNYAC play, especially when you have a team like the Lakers that, I don't want to say take a lot of penalties, but they're a physical team. They're going to be hacking and slashing. And in years past, that was legal and perfectly okay, but now they've got to make adjustments as they can't be that physical and can't really use their sticks as much to cause havoc for the other team.
So Oswego to their 9th power play, and we'll get a false start on the face-off, so they'll have to do that over. 9th power play, 55.6 seconds to go into the game. The Golden Flyers will have to pull their goalie just to get back to even strength. So let's see if we can get one more goal from the Oswego State Lakers. Tyler Antonucci, yep, to Jody Sullivan. Antonucci playing with the puck, Bunka. Antonucci looks to shoot, Bunka the shot, and that one doesn't find the net.
And you know what, the Lakers might just be content to just pass the puck around here, not really embarrass Nazareth too much as you see just 20 seconds left on a power play.
Jody Sullivan tries to find the handle to get a shot. Bunka thought about a shot. We're going to get a whistle. And it looks like this is going to be a crease violation.
Yep, that is number 81, Robert Clare, and he was just in the crease of Tilford by by 6 to 12 inches or so. That's going to take the face-off outside of the Naz zone and into the neutral zone here for the Lakers on a face-off.
Not a call that we see very often. But it's not going to do anything as far as the Golden Flyers' chances as we come to the last 10 seconds. Maybe a chance for one goal just to lighten the party, but no. Oswego State in their first exhibition game off to a flying start. 2018-19 season, winning 5-2 over the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and really just what a game for the Lakers. Their offense clearly showed up, scoring 5 goals, 3 in the first 10 minutes of the game, 1 in the first, minute of the game, really. So just an impressive performance by them there. Goaltending got better. I think Hansen was, in my opinion, the best goaltender tonight for the Lakers. But, of course, you have Riche, who proved last year that he's going to be a top 5 goaltender in the SUNYAC this season and for the rest of his career as a Laker.
And that will do it for us up in the Steve Levy press box. For Matt Watling, I'm Patrick Machado. Stay tuned for the post-game show on Hockey Night in Oswego.
Everybody can make something. because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Never.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, no. And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Ryan just texted me.
Oh my god, what did he say?
Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill, that's like so last year. It's all about WTOP movies on demand and chill.
You are so right.
Yo, bro, what's wrong?
Yo, bro. My girl left me, bro.
But why?
Because I don't watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 and Hockey Night in Oswego, and final score, Oswego 5, Nazareth 2, and what an eventful game that we just witnessed.
I called it, you know.
He called it 5-2.
5-2 was the final. They were able to score a goal in the third period. I knew something was coming. I just felt it in the palm of my hand.
And we made those predictions at the beginning. Who stood out today? I gotta say, who stood out today, James?
Well, the 3 stars. Probably the star of the game, Tanner Spink.
Right.
You know, he had the brace there, he had the 2 goals, and he really showed us to why he should be higher up in the lines. I mean, he started second in the lineup today, but when Aaron Huffnagel is completely healthy and he gets a lot of reps under him, you know, that's going to change. And it's a competitive side on that wing with Joseph Molinaro on that wing too, you know, so it's going to be really interesting to see how Spink kind of adjusts to Huffnagel and Molinaro getting more reps. I'm very excited to see how Spink responds to it, though. Great showing from him today.
Yes, and they have a very deep forward line. I mean, they have Emerson, Spink, Molinaro, Huffnagel. I could see any of them starting next week or in the
and
future.
right now Spink with the 2 goals that he had and an assist.
Yeah.
Ed Gosick has a tough decision.
Yeah, he does.
All right, so in the third period, Oswego scored 1 goal, once again holding Nazareth to 0 goals. And we're going to take a look at this goal right now.
And you see, Mitch Emerson just does a great job of receiving the puck, my apologies, getting it, and then just firing a slap shot in the top left corner. That's the major reason why he's on this first line. He's one of the key leaders to this team. He's had the 9 goals last season. It's one of the reasons why he's one of my starters going into next week. Speaking of my starters, what do we got for the first line going into next week?
So I'm going to go with Tanner Spink, number 1
Spink.
star, 2 goals and assists. I'm going to go with Cameron Barry. I understand,
Hot Take
James,
City.
I understand that he did not get a lot of playing time, but I have a feeling that Ed Gosick was more worried about other players to get some playing time. I'm going to go with Devin Campbell. I'm going to go with Huffnagel as my starting defenseman, and then I'm going with Curry. That's my starting 5, James.
That's your
All
starting
right,
5.
who's in goal for you?
I'm going to go with Hansen. He looked
Interesting.
really good tonight.
Well, and James, I want to hear your starting 5, but there were a lot of chances in this game, and what was it, almost 40 shots or 40 shots?
Yeah,
on
over
goal?
40 shots on goal.
And Oswego looked very good tonight. They scored 5 goals, which is very good for them, and Nazareth only had the 2, but I mean, they're starting five. They're five today that was out on the ice. It was interchangeable.
Yeah.
And everybody looked healthy. Everybody looked polished.
They did.
Everybody that played, anyways, I think it's important to, like you said, Gosek has a lot of options here because when you have Mitch Emerson, Zizek, Spink, Pacero, Barry, Molinaro, Huffnagel, you want me to just keep going? Michael Gillespie was scratched from the list today, and he's not even playing. And that's right there. That's 6 or 7 guys that are more than capable, than being on a starting line. They could all be on a starting line tomorrow, basically at any other school. So it just shows the amount of depth that Ed Gosek is working with here.
Yeah, and with this depth, this offense, man, oh man, if you converted on 5 goals, this offense could get really hot, just like you said, James.
Talking about the depth, it kind of showcases the fact that this goalkeeper position, it's not all David Richet's. This is wide open.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't discredit the Nazareth goaltending. They were absolutely amazing, especially in the second and third period. They really cleaned it up.
Yeah, with Michael Tilford in goal, he was able to make some good saves. I think for the starting goalie, after his rough start, he was able to make some adjustments. He felt more comfortable, as I was seeing in the goal, and then they put Tilford in. Not a bad showing from him for the backup. Gave up 1 goal, but he looked pretty sharp for Nazareth.
Yeah. So we'll get to goalies for Oswego in a moment, but let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back to the postgame show at Hockey Night in Oswego.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Is How Are You Precious okay?
Take out the precious. It's way too cheesy.
Okay, yeah.
Just go, hey, how are you?
Nope.
How's your day?
Yeah.
Don't be cheesy.
Yeah, I figured.
So, what'd she say?
She's still typing. I'm not sure. She never takes this long.
I wouldn't worry about it. Give it a few minutes.
Okay.
Final score 5-2. Oswego coming out on top, and let's hear the sideline reporter Nick Ketter.
Well, it was a big-time win for the Oswego Lakers, a 5-2 win. A lot to be happy with this game. They got a big win in front of a big crowd for a preseason game. They did a lot of things right. They outshot the Golden Flyers, and they definitely stayed out of the penalty box. And it was just all around a great game. A lot to be proud of going into Family and Friends weekend next weekend for another preseason game. We're going to send it to the guys in the press box to wrap it up for you.
And welcome back inside the Steve Levy press box. Matt Watling, I'm Patrick Machado. This game finishes by a score of 5-2 exhibition game against the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Now, a lot of the storylines that we've been sort of focusing on this game have been around the freshmen and the transfers that have just joined the team, and deservedly so, as it's our first look at these new players that are going to make a difference. But the one player that I noticed when we were after that we wrapped the regular game that we should have mentioned a lot more is Tanner Spink.
Oh, what a game he had. What a game. You know, he had 2 goals, 3 shots on goal, obviously 2 of those going in, and just created so many opportunities for this Lakers team. And if a guy like this can score on those second and third, the middle 6 forward lines, this is a scary team. That's not just one line like we've seen in the past.
Yeah, and we saw throughout the game, one thing that I noticed is Spink has incredible chemistry with Aaron Huffnagel, one of the veterans on the Oswego State team. And with Spink only being a sophomore, this is definitely an expectation of great things to come.
Yeah, I mean, this year he could be a point-per-game player. So imagine in 2 years when he's a senior, what is he going to be, one of the best players in D3? Like, this is a kid that, yes, it's just his first game in his second season here at Oswego. He could be a scary good player. On a second line, too, that's incredible for a roster that is this deep.
Mitch Emerson, breaking his scoreless streak towards the end of last season, finally gets one after being stoned by the goalie a couple minutes earlier. How big is that for him to finally get back on the score sheet?
I think it's important. I think it's important for the top line to kind of get some production going. And just the way he played, he was flying around there, buzzing. He did a great job with poke checks, with really just getting the stick, forechecking. He did such a good job with that, and it's nice to see him get rewarded with a goal.
Josh Zizek wearing the A. What do you think?
I like it. I think last year you saw him really break out. He was talking in the preseason press conference. He didn't get to play a lot as a freshman. He wasn't blaming the coach. I think he was just saying there's a lot of good players when I was a freshman. I didn't get a lot of time. But that sophomore year, he played in what I believe was every single game, and it just shows how good he is.
Now, we've been singing the praises of the Oswego State Lakers during this entire broadcast, and they earned it with the type of victory and the type of game that they played. Is there any room for improvement? Obviously, the power play. But is there anything that might worry Coach Gosick?
You know, I think the power play just didn't look great, going 1 for 9, and obviously that 9th one, 55 seconds into the game. Does it really count on the stats? Yes. In Coach Kosick's mind, probably not. I think that the power play, just get more shots on net. Defensively, in that first period, they had a couple of sloppy plays, a couple of just breakdowns, and you saw that last year, especially when the scoring ran cold, when they had that drought the last 3 games. You give up one grade A opportunity, and that's the game. You lose the games 1-0, and there you are. So the margin for error right now doesn't seem so slim, but you want to play as if you're playing, and you don't want to make any mistakes because that one could be the costly one like we saw last year.
David Richet. David Richet, during the first period, the period that we saw him, he didn't look that great, to be quite honest with you. Is this really just a case of rust, or is there maybe something that we maybe don't know about?
Yeah, I think it's the rust, not much else other than that. I think he'll be good down the stretch, no problem for him.
All right, so let's take one final look at the stats for overall before we say farewell tonight. 53 shots. What do you make of that?
That's incredible. I mean, that's astonishing. That's what we've come to see. They were averaging 36.5 shots per game last year. And for me, the big number is faceoffs. Winning 44-32 for a team that last year didn't win a lot of faceoffs. That's what you want to see come out bright and early. Plus 12 on the faceoffs in the faceoff circles. And that's so important, especially when it comes down to the SUNYACs postseason, down the stretch against teams like Plattsburgh, Geneseo that are so good. You want to win those faceoffs, get the puck out of your zone, or get a scoring opportunity, because a lot of the grade A scoring opportunities come off the faceoff, I should say.
So that will do it for us up in the Steve Levy press box. Matt Watling standing beside me. I'm Patrick Machado for our entire WTOP 10 sports crew. Thank you for watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10.